seen that, you got to try it here today. And she, what did she say when she saw her thumb?
Wow.
That's what most people say when they see her product. She's like, wow. So what did she do? She bought. Because it wasn't a question of if it worked or not. You got to see it right away. So it's crazy because what I saw was the ability to be able to give a result before you ask if they were interested. That was a whole new experience, unlike anything I'd ever seen in business before, especially with skincare. So anyway, what happened was I had no idea these little carts were such a big operation. No clue. Not at all. So we flew out to Phoenix to meet the family and see what they were up to. And it was kind of an interesting scenario because, we walk into their global distribution warehouse where they, at that time were doing business in 32 countries. They'd sold over $600 million worth of products. They had just lined up with L'Oreal. And there's $100 million worth of product in their warehouse. And they're talking about it, they're just getting started in a transition. And it was interesting because I had never seen anything like that before. So for me, I got pretty excited. But the challenge is I didn't want anyone to know because I didn't want to like it. So while I was there and they were sharing with me all this information, I was visibly getting more and more upset. Because the more they talked, the more I liked it. The more they liked it, the more upset I got because I was like, I'm not doing this. And by the end of it, it looked so good. And in the flight home, we were like, I think we should do this. I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, what do you think? She's like, what do you think? I'm like, what do you think? She's like, what do you think? I'm like, what do you think? So I did what any man of the house would do to step up for his family. I was like, babe, I think you should do it. Actually, you guys know my wife. That's not all how it went down. My wife was like, I'm doing it. You can come if you want to. So I told her a long time ago, if she ever leaves me, I'm going with her. So so here I am. No, but in serious, I honestly thought it was going to be, hey, my wife's business, I'm going to support you, check it out. I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of women. And actually over almost 60% of our company is men, which is interesting. But outside of that it was skincare, not cosmetics. So now, kind of differentiation. Healthcare is taking care of your health. Skincare is taking care of your skin. We're not a beauty company, we're a health company. We provide skincare solutions to provide health for the largest organ on your body, okay, your skin. Okay? Something you take care of. Like taking care of your teeth. 50 years ago, people thought your teeth just fell out. They found out if you take care of them, you get to keep them. How many of you guys would like to keep your skin? Right? At least looking good. Now, a lot of times, people see people that look older or younger than they really are, judging a lot of times at first glance, skin, face especially. Okay? But a lot of people spend more money taking care of their clothing, like dry cleaning, stuff like that, than they do taking care of the clothes they wear their whole life. I can buy all the suits I want. I got one birthday suit, so why not keep that thing up to speed, right? And the skin is unique. Now, I'm not an esthetician, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not any of that stuff. I'm just a guy a few years ago that found products that I saw results from so quickly that I liked and were easy to share and demonstrate. And that produced $1 million in income in our first 30 months. And that's even weird to say because it's still a little shocking to me because I thought it would grow quickly, but I had no idea. And part of the reason why is because people ask, our target market's pretty big. People say, what's your market? Well, people with skin. How many of you guys know someone with a face? So now I haven't met anybody today that's trying to look older, faster, uglier, quicker. But outside of just even some of the common products that we have, just general skincare, taking care of your skin. It's normal things. Like how many of you guys use soap? Right? If you're not raising your hand, your neighbor's probably grateful. So you soap. It's a daily use product. It's a consumption-based product. All right? And when you use it and you run out, what do? You buy more. Notice how you're never like, I'm never going to do that again. And you don't negotiate. You don't go like, well, I don't know if I got it in the budget today. Right? Ladies, when you run out of shampoo, what do? You buy more. Now what's amazing is that generally, if a product doesn't harm you, you'll probably keep buying it. Even if it doesn't give you good results. So, which is crazy. Some of you have been using products for 5, 10, 15 years, and I've asked you why, you'd be like, that's what I use. Okay? And that was me. I've been using Old Spice deodorant since I was 15. Why? Because my dad used Old Spice. Someone asked me the other day, why do you use it? It smells good. And they were like, none of the other ones smell good? And I was like, I don't know, it's my deodorant. Isn't it interesting how some of the products that we get attached to is in, that's mine, I own it. I own Old Spice. So, When people get attached to something, it's amazing because you have a very loyal customer base. So for me, from a business standpoint, for the men in the room, if you were like me, I don't wear Victoria's Secret, but I wouldn't mind owning one. True. Because Victoria's Secret was started by a guy for his wife Victoria. What? I know, right? Now here's what's interesting. This transition that our company is going through, and some people ask, well, if you guys are so successful in the carts and the kiosks, why are you guys transitioning your company? Because right now what we're doing is we're in the middle of a kind of a movement, hashtag Vegas, is the name of our convention. But and the reason why we're talking about it is that there's a shift going on in consumption today. And many of you guys know it, and I'll kind of give you a few examples of what I mean. Oh, we have a screen. Yes. I can stop stalling. Got it. I'm just kidding. So a little shift in consumption. And here's what I mean by that. Today, one of the things that I know is people obviously value their money. Would you guys agree with that? Sure. So they value money. So savings are important to people. But here's the thing I found people value even more than money. Time. Because you can make another dollar, but you can't buy back yesterday, right? Sure. So people value their time. So if you can save somebody time and money, ding, 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 you got kind of a winning scenario situation. So I'll give you a few examples on how this kind of social sharing, whether, kind of like delivering, where the customer now has more power than the advertiser. Whereas before, how did you find out about products and services? You were typically advertised. You saw it in TVs, commercials, radio, print, all that stuff. But seriously, who watches commercials today? You fast forward a lot of times, right? So, you get stuff sent in the mail. How many of you guys are like, what do you guys got today? No, that's junk mail. You throw it away. Telemarketer calls you, you speak another language. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yes? Okay. So, today, it's not like, hey, what do you got today? Hey, what's going on? No. So this isn't telemarketing, it's telefriend. Okay, right? So very, very different in today's society. Now, why is this working today? Because today, if you can save time and money, you'll buy it online and have it shipped. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. Just go do a little research. The retail industry is going down. Online sales going up. Now, Black Friday sales were up, but retail was down over 8% over last year. The only reason why Black Friday sales were up was because online was up 13%. Cyber Monday, you guys know what I'm talking about. 10 years ago, it would have been hard for me to predict my local Blockbuster would be gone. You guys remember that? Some of you guys are like, I totally forgot about Blockbuster. It wasn't that long ago. Okay? And what wiped it out? Netflix. Now today it's streaming, but when they destroyed them, it was DVDs. They were still mailing. You guys remember that? And you have this multi-billion-dollar company, been around for decades, has literally distribution, retail locations almost all over the world, and this little company, Netflix, starts coming up. They had an opportunity to buy. I remember Jake was the one who introduced me to this and showed me the numbers. And they were a billion-dollar company buy this couple million-dollar company. And the whole thing they were saying, you know what? No, it's the experience. People come in, they walk around the store, they pick out what they want. It's obviously not. 5 years later, bankrupt company, billion-dollar company. Interesting. But this isn't just movies. We can go on and on and on. Take a look at almost any category. Shoot, Barnes & Noble, Circuit City, Tower Records, Borders. Best Buy is like the last one hanging in there, freaking out. Because what are you going to do? Because what do most people go into Best Buy for? To touch stuff and then look it up online, find it cheaper, and ship it. How many guys are guilty of doing this? You guys know. And now they're price matching. How long can they do that when these people that can go direct from the warehouse to your house, instead of going from the warehouse to manufacturer to the retail establishment to the advertising to the board to pay the employees to have the big giant build store for you to walk into? You don't care anymore. If there's a trusted brand that you'll ship it. Here's a good example. Victoria's Secret does more sales through their direct mailing than they do through all of their retail stores combined. My wife buys all of her stuff from Victoria's Secret without going to the store now. She knows her size, she knows what she wants, she looks at the catalog, ships it. If she doesn't like it, she sends it back. So this is a changing time. So the reason why I'm kind of setting this up is because as I go through this, and I'm gonna be brief on the rest of it, because really our products are they're show and tell. They're not sell. Try it. If you don't like it, it's your fault. You don't got the Dead Sea minerals going to work on your skin. So I'll share with you whether. So sometimes I just do this to entertain myself. So if I offend you, I'm sorry. It wasn't meant for you. It was meant for the person next to you. But can we have fun? Is that okay? Jermaine said we were allowed to have fun. That's what he said. Okay. So But what I want to do here is just, I already talked to you a little bit about this. So international luxury skincare brand, partnered with the largest manufacturer in the world, L'Oreal. You guys, I'm sure all know. I didn't know they owned everybody. YSL, Kiehl's, Garnier, The Body Shop. Shoot, let's go on. Giorgio Armani, Ralph Lauren, Diesel, Lancome, Maybelline. They own everybody. $26 billion company. 100 years in business. Seacret's the first company they did third-party manufacturing for that they own 0% in. So which I think is pretty awesome. We've done $1 billion, $1.3 billion in sales in the retail market in 40 countries now, all around the world. Every different age, ethnicity, skin type, everywhere all over the world. What we're doing is we're converting everything from the kiosks into direct marketing. So instead of going from the warehouse to the retail store to you in the mall to you getting stopped to you getting demoed to you buying, it's going right from the warehouse to your house, and you get to save 50 to 70% now off of a lot of our products. So the same product my wife bought in the mall, she can get a lot cheaper. Is she happy? Yeah. Better believe it. Okay, right? So now outside of that, skincare industry is growing. Obviously, one of the big demographics that's moving the skincare industry into some huge growth right now is this group that I'm sure you're familiar with. If you have a date of birth from 1946 to 1965, you're classified as a baby boomer, right? Okay. Now, I'm an 82 kid. I'm a child of a boomer. Okay. And but if you follow the bouncing ball here, this is not a class on economics. I'm not qualified to teach it. But if you kind of take a look at this group of people, 76 million kids were born during that 19-year window. And if our economy is like a garden hose, the baby boomers like a basketball trying to go through it. And those that effectively marketed to that demographic did very well, supply and demand. So in the 50s and 60s, companies like Hasbro, Gerber, Huggies, Tyco became billion-dollar companies. Why? Because so many babies. Makes sense, right? Now, I'm not fired up about diapers. But how many guys agree getting involved in Pampers in the 50s and 60s would have been a good idea, right? So it makes sense. Now in the 60s, you have all of a sudden now they don't want to eat, baby food anymore, so fast food empires explode. They need food and need it fast. Bam, bam, bam. 70s, American car revolution. Why? Because we started driving. In the 80s, the biggest real estate boom in the history of the world. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. You capitalized on it. My parents bought their first home in the 80s. In the 90s, it was home improvement. Home Depot, Lowe's. Lowe's doubled their stores in 1991. Coincidence? I don't think so. Okay. Everyone had a home. Now it's about making it better. And then in 2000, retirement planning. Some of you guys are like, oh yeah, I didn't make it up. I'm passing it on to you. I learned this stuff a little bit ago. Now, why skincare? Well, let's take a look at today. In 2011, the first of the baby boomers that were born in 1946 started turning 65. So here's what's crazy. 10,000 baby boomers in the United States alone are turning 65 every day for the next 15 years. 10,000 for 15 years. Now here's what's nuts. It's a third of the U.S. population. They have 2/3 of all the money. You guys have all of the money. Now, what do you think they're spending their money on?
Skincare.
Not looking 65. This is why the anti-aging line is booming, because 65 is the new 35. People are living out their golden years. They want to look good doing it. Okay? Now, this isn't even about, some of you guys are like, amen, yes, hallelujah, right? Okay? Now, this isn't even about looking younger. It's about feeling younger. Okay? It's about feeling younger. But let's forget even that marketplace. This is even the millions of people with actually challenging conditions, psoriasis, eczema, acne, rosacea. I don't know a teenager today that's writing in their diary, man, if I can get more acne, high school will be way better. Is that $1 billion category? Yes. Absolutely. Okay? Now, let alone going into shampoo and conditioner. I mean, guys, I'm talking about daily consumable products. Okay? So basically what Seacret put together here is they took something very unique. They took the minerals from the Dead Sea. Now, has anyone ever been to the Dead Sea? Okay. All right. I got a chance to go a year and a half ago, and it's one of the craziest experiences. I recommend going for nothing else than to visit the Dead Sea and go to Jerusalem. It's just you can't even, I don't even can describe it. But one of the reasons why I want to talk to you real quick about the Dead Sea is you guys have heard of the Dead Sea? Yes. So right, a lot of books, old books that kind of wrote about it. Some scrolls. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's the lowest point on Earth. I'll give you a few facts here. Okay, 26 minerals, 12 of which they haven't found anywhere else in the world. It's 33% salt, so you don't sink. So if you don't swim, you should totally go because you just kind of float on it. It's very unique. You don't shave before you go in because you'll die. Because it's so salty that anything cuts, scrapes, nicks, any of that kind of stuff, rashes, it just obliterates it. It's called the Dead Sea because it's so salty, nothing can live in or around it. Hence the Dead Sea. Because when I heard it, I was like, how many died there before they gave it that name? Right? Obviously, it was made famous by a lot of people a lot of celebrities. I just saw Michael Douglas was there, Paula Abdul was there, Rihanna was there. Jesus has been. He's famous. King Solomon built the world's first spa up on Masada, up on the shores of the Dead Sea, where royalty would come. Queen of Sheba, Cleopatra. 60 days on a camel from Egypt. Most of you guys won't go 6 hours for something good for your skin. 60. If it didn't work the first time, you think she's coming back? And this is the girl who has people fan her and feed her grapes. 60 days on a camel to go to the Dead Sea. It was her secret for her youth and beauty. She was known for being hot. That's what they say. Okay. Now, she didn't know the technology behind it. She didn't know the minerals. She didn't know the lowest point on earth. She didn't know what the mud and the salt and the water did for you. She knew you get in, you get out, you look good. And so what we've basically done is we've taken those components, the water, the salt, the mud, and these minerals from the Dead Sea and put them in a high-end skincare line. Everything from head to toe. Okay? So everything from the shampoo you use to the foot cream that you need. Okay? Because some of y'all got funky feet. Okay. So I was one of those people that funky feet. Why? Dancers, you're sweating in your shoes all day long. Military, same thing. So now outside of that, I'll show you a couple things here. If you haven't had a chance to play with our products, it's the number one thing I recommend because a lot of things I'm going to say just aren't going to register until you try our products. Yep. So our salt and oil scrub and our body butter. How many of you guys have tried these? Yes? Okay. I remember when I first tried these, I was trying to pretend like I didn't like it because I was trying to play all cool. I was like, oh, this is all right. But on the inside, I was like, this feels so good. Now, it's a full body, neck to toe. Exfoliate your whole body. People have exfoliated their face for many years, but you got skin everywhere. You want to keep it all up to speed. You don't want to have a 40-year-old face, 80-year-old body. It's not cute. Okay? So one of the main things is skincare. If you want, for those of you agents in the room, here's the basic 3 things to have a good skincare regimen. This is very simple skincare. 1, clean it. That makes sense. I know most of us usually do that step. Now, but having something good that actually cleans and cleanses your skin, without all the junk in it, without the SLS, the sulfates, without all the parabens and all the junk. Okay, so something that actually provides minerals and is good stuff for your skin. Okay, so clean it. 2nd, exfoliate. Exfoliation is one of the most important things. Snakes shed their skin, dogs shed their fur. Human beings rarely take time to get all the crap off that we build up. So, kind of give you an example. You have glasses. If anyone's had glasses or wearing sunglasses, at the end of the day, what do you typically have to do? Clean your glasses. Why? Because that's all the junk that's on there that got there just from the day. All that's on your skin. Right? So getting all that stuff off, but exfoliating. A lot of the issues that people don't like about their skin comes from lack of exfoliation over many years. Okay? So, because it generates new cells and new skin. Now, step 3, moisturize. Hydrate. The same thing your body needs to be very healthy is water and food, nutrients. Okay? Hydration. So that's basic skincare. That's the dude's version. Clean it, get off the crap, and give it some good stuff. Makes sense, yes? Okay, right? So, anyway, so we've got that for your face, we've got that for your body. Our nail care set, how many of you guys have seen, our buffer? If you haven't, you got to see it, you got to try it. We have our hand cream, our foot cream. Our hand cream is like shea butter. It's really nice for those that doctors, nurses, teachers, instead of not have to reapply moisturizer after you wash your hands all day long. And our facial products. Now, all our products are designed for men and women, but they put this one in a black bottle so we don't get confused. And they put men on it. In font 10 times bigger than anything else, right? This is my favorite product. It's our men's aftershave balm. So it is an aftershave. It's not aloe-based. It's not alcohol-based. It's aloe-based. And the reason why I like it is because the hair on my neck here goes sideways. So every time I would shave for 2 days, I'd have all this ingrown hairs and razor bumps and rash on just like half my neck. Super annoying. Okay. So I tried a bunch of things and nothing seemed to help for me. So I figured it is what it is. Okay. So after using this, it knocked out all that for me. If you know anyone, razor bumps, razor rash, ingrown hairs, any of that kind of stuff, this is your product. Okay. So I have a lot of people that do Seacret only because they tried this and they were like, all right, it's really good. All right, I'm going to do it now. So this is a great product. I'm going to take it over as well because it smells really good. If you haven't had a chance to try it, go for it. So we got a lot of great products. So for your face, for your body. Cleansers, okay, cleanser, toner, exfoliator. If you got, anyone that has like acne scars, things like that, our exfoliator. If you haven't seen our peeling gel that pulls off all the dead skin. Now we've also found out a lot of things our Seacret products do because guys don't read directions, so we rub it everywhere. Where else can I put this? So we also found out it brightens up tattoos, removes calluses. Most of the Seacret agents inside of our company use our moisturizer, our body butter for their hair gel. This is body butter, so I don't use a wax or anything anymore. So. Some of you guys are like, really? Come smell ocean mist. No, I'm just kidding. But our number one selling product is this bad boy right here, our mud soap. Okay? Anyone seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? So remember what it used to do? The cure-all was to spray Windex on everything? It's kind of like our mud soap, okay? It's our miracle product that's kind of like anything. You got this mud soap, you got this mud soap, you got this mud soap. It's one of those things, okay? So whether it's a lot of the conditions and why people go to the Dead Sea, roughly about 2 million people a year go visit the Dead Sea in Israel. For a country with 6 million people, that's obviously something interesting. Right? Now why is it, right, for people from all over the world that go to visit, to bathe in the water, use it for a lot of therapeutic conditions like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, all these different things. So what we've done is taken that in. So bar soap, everything from head to toe, you can use it all. It's amazing. So for those of you, I never thought I'd be the dude that travels with soap. I'm that guy now. You know, like I can't go without my mud soap. I can't leave home without it. American Express, is that what that was? Oh, well, yeah, right. So everything. And then lastly is we have our age-defying line. Now, our age-defying line is geared towards that boomer category. So is it okay if I take this off? So as I all right, do it before I ask you. Our age-defying line, what it does is it has peptide technology. So this is everything in our green line. So it helps stimulate the reproduction of collagen. So basically after 30-ish, your system stops producing collagen. So what it does is it helps send these little proteins to your brain to trick it to think it's 20 again. Okay? So that way, literally, you can reverse the signs of aging, hence anti-aging. Right? So there's a lot of really cool technology that's out there in skincare today when you get a chance to try our products. One of the 2 main focuses, obviously, people are looking for is the eyes, usually. Okay? Because everyone do me a favor, pinch your cheek, even the cool people. Right? And then right underneath your eye. See how the skin underneath your eye is very different than the skin on your cheek? Okay, so thinnest skin we have, it has no oil glands, so usually the dark circles, bags, crow's feet, all that kind of stuff, we get a chance to knock that out. So try them, use them, experience them. This is actually a picture that I took. I don't know if we can hit those lights. We could probably get a better, you want to just, Ryan, you want to hit that? Let's see if we can get it. This is actually a friend of mine. Oh yeah, I don't know if it goes off. Anyway, it's okay, you can see it roughly. I'll show you a couple things here. For those of you guys that want to see more, we have hundreds of pictures of person. They can just go on Facebook and look at any of our accounts. All this stuff. This is my friend Suzanne. It was one of the first parties that I ever did. She was like, how do the products work? And I'm like, well, they work well. I didn't know. And I just say, here, try it. So we only did half of her face. One of the products that we focused on that she wanted help with was her eyes. So she said, do you have something for that? I said, yeah. So we had our eye serum and our eye cream. Now, can anyone guess which half we did? Exactly. Okay. Now, do you think she was excited? Yeah. Now, do you think she bought?
Yes.
Yeah, because she didn't want to walk out of the house lopsided. No, I'm joking. Now, here's the thing. She's been a customer now for over 3 years, and what I love about it is that she loves Seacret products. But what's interesting about it is this, is that I didn't have to sell her on how well the products work. You know what convinced her? Yeah, the mirror. She got to see it for herself. I was even like, oh my God. You know, I was trying not to like overreact with it. Because I didn't want to be like, girl, you just move. But the two things that I loved about it was this, is that I didn't have to be an expert in skincare. I just had to let her try. See it for yourself. It was so much fun. Okay? So this is one of those things that was really cool. Now this wasn't 2 months, this wasn't 2 weeks, this was what? 20 minutes. Okay. Has anyone here been to Trader Joe's? Do you have Trader Joe's up here yet?
Yeah.
Trader Joe's, okay. All right. The same reason I love Trader Joe's, the same reason I love Costco. Lunch. You know, all right? The samples. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You go eat, come on, y'all eat the samples. Don't you like me? Right? How many guys eat? I was a kid, I was horrible, right? So, because I would eat the samples and then go put a hat on and do it again and be like, that wasn't me. So, I just love, anyway, it's free, it's for me. That's my deal. So, because I wanted to be like, you get to try stuff, right? And there's a lot of things. How many of you guys found something you would have never bought from the store if it was just on the shelf, but because you tried it and you liked it, what did you do? You bought it, right? And that was me. That's the whole thing with Seacret, is you get to try before you buy, experience it. Giving someone a result before you ask them if they're even interested in purchasing. That was so unique, especially skincare. Because you take a look at, you know, traditional skincare, sold by celebrities on a shelf, on a box, on a somewhere else. Rarely do you take it out and they're like, if you use it for 3 weeks, if you use it for 4 weeks, if you use it for this period of time, then you might like what you see. But by then you're like, I'm using it, doesn't hurt me, maybe I'll keep using it. Okay? I loved it. So people got a chance to see it. Now, outside of that, this is 2 months after using our products. Okay, this is our green line regimen. This looks like actually the before and after 20 years. But this is 2 months after using it. And then lastly is our Recover. I'll show you a couple of these and I'll give you kind of the business plan that we have. But our Recover, this is our nanotechnology patented product that we have. This is crazy. 15 minutes, drastically reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. This is one treatment after 15 minutes. Okay? One treatment after 15 minutes. Now the challenge is I studied Photoshop in high school and in college. I actually took graphic design and web design on the neck. So when they started showing me these pictures, I was like, no. Because I knew you could change everything. So this is the one that made me a believer, because this is my mom. Okay? So we flew my mom out to Phoenix to have her put the products on. She tried them. So now, 15 minutes later, took the picture off. Both these pictures were taken with my iPhone, or my wife's iPhone. So do you think she was excited?
Yeah.
No, she was pissed because we only did half her face. So she was like, "Can you?" But using the product she loved. But and guys, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on for different skin types. Okay, so but actually we can pump the lights back up here because that's all we got for now for that. We're going to show you more later. I don't want to spend all day on that. But because what I want to talk to you guys and really why I'm here is this: anybody can let you try the products. You don't need me here to do that. Okay, and that's one of the things I love. Is anybody can go do great with Seacret just by letting people experience and try our products. Okay? It's fun, it's simple, it's easy. Check it out, experience it, try it, see it for yourself. The majority of people, when they see our products, their common response is what?
Wow.
That's what they say. They're like, wow. And I like wow because it's not a vocabulary word that you would use later to describe something. It's actually an emotional response. Okay? So it's actually, and people usually make buying decisions based on something that they feel, which is cool. So, because someone said, "How was the concert?" It was wow. You wouldn't use it later in that context. You use it only when you have an emotional trigger. That's like wow, like oh wow. Okay, so people get a chance to see something. Try it. So what's happening now is we're transitioning 40 countries that we do our retail business in into a direct market, relationship marketing, network marketing, direct sales, whatever you want to call it. Okay, are basically going direct from the manufacturer, Seacret, direct to your house. So we're cutting out all the people in between. So that way what happens is cutting them out allows us to provide a better value to our customers and also share the wealth of people who refer it. Okay? Because instead of paying the salespeople in the kiosk 30% commissions, instead of having to pay the retail space and all those different things, all that money can now go to someone like you that's just referring the product. Now, I know some people out there is like, I don't want to do sales. It's not the same. It's more demo. It's show and tell, not sell. Okay? Now, I know people that try to sell this product and they usually don't do very well. Okay, because how many guys love getting sold? But how many guys love to buy things you like? Okay, so people love to buy things, so I just focus on showing. And what I mean by that is social sharing has basically changed most things. How many guys have taken a picture of your food and posted it online? Stop selling. Right? Aren't you selling the restaurant? Because your experience, I liked it. And you'll take a recommendation from a friend every day of the week. How many guys have referred a good movie? Was that hard? Did you have to quit your job to do it? Did you get nervous? Because it'd be weird, right? So, like, I remember when I went to go see, like, what did I see? Lord of the Rings, the latest one. I thought it was amazing. I saw it in the 3D thing, and I was just like, it's like super engaged in the whole thing. Maybe just I was a fan of that work for so long. And not the Lord of the Rings, the last Hobbit film. So anyway, the reason why I walked out and I loved it, and I want to tell my friend Christian about it. I'm not going to reenact the movie, right? I'm not going to go put some Hobbit feet on and be like, dude, you should have seen it, right? So I'm going to say you got to see it for yourself. Now, am I going to explain the whole movie to him? No, I'm not going to ruin it for him. I'm going to say, go try it, go experience it, go take a look. It's good. If you eat at a good restaurant, I'm not going to remake the meal. I'm just going to send you. Okay? If I listen to a great song, a great musician, a great artist, I'm not going to try to come over your house with a guitar and try to knock it out. I'm just going to forward you the link. How many of you guys have forwarded somebody a stupid clip on YouTube? Right? You got to see this. Why? Because you liked it, so you were willing to share it. You do it easily, effortlessly, you do it for free, you do it all day long. Okay? Now, a lot of people do our business spare time. Okay? So we have different types of agents. You kind of have like the casual agent. Okay? That's kind of like, oh, you know what? This is cool. This is fun. I like this stuff. I want it for myself. I want the discounts. And I'll refer some. I know somebody that might want this. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. When it's convenient. And then you got the 00 agent. Okay? Because if you do real estate, you're a real estate agent. But when you work with Seacret, you're a secret agent. Okay? Right? So the branding's very sexy. It's very fun. So actually, I think is why all the guys are in now, because they have a pickup line that's like second to none.
Yes.
So what do? I'm a secret agent. You just don't tell them how it's spelled. Okay. So, you ain't lying. Okay, but secret agent's fun. But what we're doing now is the relationship marketing industry has been growing, even in the midst of the worst economic times since 2008 that we've had in our country since the Great Depression. And it's been growing 10-fold digits every year. So almost just over 10% growth. Now, why is that? Well, obviously, the retail space is changing. Direct market, where people can save money and time, you'll ship it, of course. Those are some of the things. But also just because the whole go to school, get good grades, get a good job, a lot of people realized is an answer, but it might not be the answer. As in maybe a good place to start, but maybe not a good place to finish. Job security today, obviously, many of you know, isn't what it once was. If you're my generation, you think Social Security is going to be there when you get there, you better wake up fast. Okay? So it's just a different game that we live in. It's crazy how, from my parents and my grandmother's generation, it was like, 2 parents could raise 6 kids, but today 6 kids can't retire one parent.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense, when you take a look at it. And how many of you guys know people that are working 2 jobs today? How many of you guys like me feel like 2 jobs should be for 2 people? Like, why is one not enough anymore? That doesn't make any sense. Why doesn't it happen? And the whole thing of work for 40 years and the loyalty and retire and get the gold watch and the pension and live out your golden years, it's just, you guys know it's not true anymore. Because we're not in the industrial age anymore. We're in the information age, and things change this fast. And if you're not up to speed, you get smoked. And that's what people are experiencing right now. So what happened here with Seacret is seeing this transition from the world and relationships and marketing and all these different things where the people have the power now. Yelp has more power than any advertising a restaurant can do. Because here's the thing, I haven't been here in a long time. If I wanted to eat tonight, eat dinner, and some of you guys are from here. How many of you guys are from San Francisco? Right? None of you. How many of you guys are from San Francisco? None of you. One of you. So, are you guys okay? I just got scared that we were speaking different languages for a quick second. None of you are responding to me. Okay, so I don't know if you guys forget I can see you. Okay, so where else? Where are we from? Bay Area. How many of you are from the Bay Area?
It's not like LA. Not everywhere is
That's really funny. All right, so Bay Area. So if I wanted to eat tonight somewhere in the Bay, okay, do you think I'd rather take a recommendation from you or from the hotel restaurant advertising menu or the little displays on the little things saying where the good restaurants are? From you. Now you could have terrible taste buds, and I'm still going to trust you. Isn't that interesting? I'm going to trust Yelp, complete strangers, because I know that there are actual people that tried it and experienced it and were willing to say, I liked it. Right? Okay? So, now, the reason why I say that is just the changing time. So, the advantage is building your own business. You can do it around what you're doing, which is great. Most people get started spare time, part-time, in-between time, around what they're doing, casually. And then there's other people that get started and just go hit it hard, depending. I was one of those people. I don't like dipping my toe in the water. I'm like jumping in the deep end of the pool. Okay? Some people go at their own pace. It's totally fine. But having an opportunity first to take market share over a large city like the Bay, region, territory, whatever you want to call it, okay, Northern California, is a unique opportunity. It's like being first, but with a company that's not new. It's like fishing in a pond that's never been fished in, that's been stocked for a long period of time. Okay? So, because everybody out there's got skin, you guys probably agree with that. When you get products that are amazing, that are demonstratable, that create great results, and the products that have the minerals from the #1 source of healing for the skin for 5,000 years. Okay? And so we get a chance to deliver that to the marketplace and provide for them a 50 to 70% discount off of what they were paying in the mall when they got stopped. I was like, I don't know how I can not do this. It was just like, how do you pass that up? And so what we did is we just focused on putting product on a bunch of people, and it exploded on us. Okay. So let me show you how you get compensated here as a secret agent. Okay. For those of you guys that are looking and want to understand more about our business plan. Okay. So can we open that? Because I like the light more. I feel like it got a little too intimate. So it's a good view. Did it heat up in here, or is it just me? It got a little warm? So, okay. So maybe it's just the opportunity. I don't know. Okay. Now, there's 5 ways that you can earn. Now, you earn income in all 5 of these areas. Some of you are going to like some more than others. Some of you guys are like, oh, those ones, I get that, right? For me, 3 and 4 are my deal. Like, I love 3 and 4. Some people, 1 and 2 is their deal. Some people mix and match. It's fine. You earn from all of them. Okay, but let me give you kind of a couple of examples in each of them to see if there's something you might be able to connect with and relate with. All right. So as a secret agent, retail side, you can earn up to 150% profit off of any product that you sell on the retail side. Now, most of them are about 100%. Okay, now, unfortunately, you can see when I put these slides together, math is not my strong suit. Because that is definitely not accurate. So, round it up. So our retail product, our nail care kit, this is what my wife bought in the mall. It retails for what? $49.95. Okay. The agent price, our wholesale price, is how much? $19.99. So the difference between the two is almost what? $30. Like $29.96 or something. So $30. So if you retail one of these a week, it's $120 a month, rough. Pays for a cell phone. All right. 2 a week, small car payment. Right? So, I mean, that's not too bad. Some extra income on the side. Yeah. Now, some of you guys like retail, some of you like sales, some of you hate sales. Here's the thing. If you're like me and that's just not your thing, you know people who do. Massage therapists, estheticians, hairstylists, people that talk about skincare products all day long. Most of them don't have anywhere close to margins like this on the products that they're currently offering their customers and have no way to demonstrate their skincare line to show a result on the spot. Especially when they have a captive audience. Barbershop, I mean, all kinds of people that are retailing. So if you know people that are in those fields, they love this stuff. Also, for those of you guys that don't, I know people that are making a killing with these on fundraisers. Instead of doing See's candy and cookie dough and car washes, they're doing nail care dries. So why? Because they can basically go around and they sell the nail care kit for $50 and that's $20, 40% goes back to the fundraiser. So they can make a ton of money and it's a great opportunity and people get a great product. I mean, the parents are buying the entire box of candy anyway, right? Yeah. So they can have a great product that they love. So he's like, that was me. How did you know? Okay. So these are great. That's on our retail side. Our customer side, which we call our VIP customer side, when someone becomes a customer, obviously you got the retail side, that's one. When someone decides they want to become VIP, you get a different paid in a couple different ways. First of all, you get a percentage, okay, all right, of how much that they're spending. Now that's going to vary from our new levels to our upper levels, okay, where you can earn bigger commissions, but I'll give you a couple of ideas of how that works. Okay? If you went out there, I'll give you an easy rough example. Let's say you had 10 people that love Seacret products, okay, and wanted to get our discounts. And they went out there and spent $100. 10 people spent $100 on a month. That'd be $1,000. Okay. From that $1,000, what's going to happen is you're going to earn roughly about $150 in commissions. Okay, about 15% in commissions from that cash, and you're going to get $250 in free product from us that you can use for whatever you want. Now the reason why I like 10 is this is a great number because when you have 10 or more, you get a share of what we call our VIP pool. So what Seacret does is they take 2% of the sales from every customer in the entire world, and they put it in this big pool. And when you have 10 or more, they give you a share of that pool. Now last month, the share was $162. For those of you guys that started, you guys remember our first share was like $60. And that was like 8 months ago. Okay, so the more customers we have, the bigger the shares are worth. Okay, so that's awesome because if you just had 10 customers, you're getting about $300 plus residual, and you're getting $250 a month in free product. How many of you guys agree that's a pretty dang good deal, right? Okay. Now the key thing for me is residual. I am a crazy fan of residual income, like a raving fan, like shout from the rooftops, post on Facebook, right? Instagram, what's up? And here's the reason why. How many of you guys in 2020 want to get paid for the things you're doing in 2015? Yeah, welcome to Seacret. Now it sounds cute, but is it realistic? Well, let's think about it. How many of you guys have products that you've been buying for 5 years or more? Like the same product from the same company, the same brand? Okay? So, and every time that you go and buy, somebody's making money, aren't they? Okay? So, now here's the thing I love. I get to be in your shower every day. Not me personally, but my products do, So, and every time you're reordering, when people run out, they buy again. That's our residual cash. And I love it because today, the majority of my income, and by majority, I mean over 70% of my income today, doesn't have anything to do with new people getting started with our products or new people getting started in our program. It has to do with existing people that are ordering their products because they ran out. Isn't that cool? Yeah? So that's what we call beach money. Because the difference between roll over and roll out money. Do you guys know? Roll out money is the alarm clock goes off, you roll out of bed and go to work, make money. Roll over money is the alarm clock goes off, you unplug that sucker. You roll over in your bed, go to sleep, and still make money. How many of you guys want to make some more roll over money? Yes? I mean, that was my deal, right? So here's the challenge for me was I taught classes. If I taught class, I got paid. If I didn't teach, I didn't get paid. So I was on my only asset. So if I didn't get my asset out of bed and go to work, I made no money. Okay? Now the question that was asked to me, I was a 19-year-old kid. I was sitting in a seat like yours, and this guy on stage was making more in a month than I was making in 2.5 years. And I remember visibly, and he was like, Jesse, if you're the only one contributing to your income, when do you get to stop working? And I was sitting in a seat, and I was like, Then it's like, I don't know. And then he started thinking, and then he started asking even more pointed questions. He was like, well, think about your parents, because there was just a group of us that were young. And he was like, how long have your parents been working? What do they do? How many people contribute to their income? When can they stop working? And I was like, you want to fight? Like, I was getting mad, you know? But it was true, and I didn't like the answers, you know? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, you're so wrong, you know? What if I don't want to work? What if I can't work, you know? So having that passive income. Because the thing is this, if you don't have anyone contributing to your income, I'd recommend finding a way to do so. Okay? So if nothing else, passive income, develop something residually. You guys have heard the expression, it's better to work hard than, you know, better to work smart than work hard? Now here's the thing, I don't believe in the free meal ticket. You got to work hard no matter what you do. But I would rather work smart and hard than just work hard. Because I've heard the key to success is working hard. That can't be it. It's a key, it's not the key. Okay? How many of you guys know people that work really hard that are still struggling financially? So it's a portion of it, but it's not the portion of it. And when I started studying the people that made it, and people say, well, oh, rich people this, rich people that, rich people this, rich people that, you know? Money doesn't grow on trees. I was like, well, where does it grow? You know? Can someone at least show me? Because I want to know. Please. And then I just started studying it. It's interesting. It was so simple. So simple. So simple. You know, here's the reason why I found out it's so easy to get ahead. No one's trying. I mean, if you just wrote down a list of everyone you know that's attempting to get wealthy, that's a short list. And all I did was I found people that were doing it and just copied what they did.
Yep.
Same thing that got me through calculus. I sat next to somebody way smarter than me. So in school they call that cheating, by the way. Don't do that. But in business it's called masterminding. In business, it's R&D, you know, research and development. It's still R&D. We just call it rob and duplicate. So I just found people smarter than me, knew more things than me, and I just copied what they did, and it worked for me. It's crazy. So my only background, I want to let you guys know, I went to college just to study computers and stuff because I thought it was fun. No college education. I've never signed a W-2. I've never been employed in my life. By society's standards, I would be lucky to get a minimum wage job somewhere. Okay? From society standards. Now, I may not be formally educated, but I was self-educated. So I took it upon myself to learn business, learn networking, learn all the different things that I could find in a book, I could find online. And it's crazy because, you know, today, you know, when I look at what we've been able to accomplish, it wasn't because I was talented, I just got good information. Good information, and I applied it. And I took it serious, of course. I mean, that's business and life and everything. Anyway, I'm totally sidetracked. I circle and then I land eventually. Come back to me. How many of you guys have seen the movie Up? You remember the dog where he's like, squirrel? That's me a little bit. So just stay with me for a couple more minutes. The third way, and this is where my wife and I have made a little over $1 million in this area in our first couple of years with Seacret, is from the team commissions. And the reason why was because one of the things I look at doing is I love showing people secret products. Okay? But if I can show them that most people, they know have skin, and these products, if they showed them to them, they could have fun with it and make some extra income. A lot of them got pretty excited about that. So what happened is we started developing a distribution network. It's kind of like, would you rather own 1 McDonald's or 10? If you're a real estate agent, would you rather be a broker that has 100 agents or just by yourself? Yeah, exactly, right? So that way, why? Because you get a percentage off of all the transactions that happen from all those agents. Okay? So here you can build a distribution network. No territory restrictions, no quantity restrictions. You can build as big as you want. And right now you can do it in 5 countries and about to be 6. Okay? So US, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Australia, South Korea, and Japan is coming next. Okay? So here's what's exciting about it. We're going to pay you a percentage of all the sales that happen from your network of people that are purchasing Seacret products. Okay? This is a simple example of it. How many of you guys have 2 friends? If you don't have 2 friends, just join Facebook. They'll find you. Okay. All right. So 2 refer 2 refer 2 refer 2. You got this network building. Okay. Now on top of this, it's just kind of an example. If they each require 20 customers, which is something that, you know, let's say it took them a month, a year, or whatever, that'd be $10,000 in a monthly residual. Okay. Now it doesn't take 128. We did it much before that. Okay. Our 3rd month with Seacret, they paid us over 10 grand. But you know, even if it took you a year, it took you 2 years, it took you 5 years. You know, that's not a bad deal. And I know people that make great money. Great money. But I hadn't met a lot of people that made a lot of money when they didn't work. So I know people that make 100 grand a year, but how many people do you know that make 100 grand a year when they don't go anywhere? Like from their home in their pajamas. Alright? So that's a whole different type of money for me. So, because I found out rich people have money, wealthy people have money and time, and that's what I was after. I wanted time to do the things that I love. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to be able to do the things that I love. I wanted to be able to still teach and perform and go on tour and do the things, but not be broke. Okay? So, be able to contribute and give back. And a lot of times it wasn't even for the money. It wasn't even for the money. It wasn't having stuff. Like a lot of people think it's about having stuff. Now, here's the thing I found: money just amplifies more of what you are. If you're a jerk and we give you money, you're going to be a bigger jerk. You guys agree with me on that? How many of you guys have seen some of those? They get highlighted a lot of times in our society, But if you gave Mother Teresa $1 billion, Bill Gates' bank account, don't you think she could have done a lot more? Yeah, of course. So I'll give you one example of this, kind of what this has meant for us, and then we'll wrap this up. Bless you. Okay. My wife's family is from Chicago, and we just moved to Phoenix. My wife's family's from Chicago, and then the rest of us were from Orlando, Kissimmee area. And they all came out for the holidays. It was the first time we had all the family together, and it was pretty challenging because, bless you, they wanted to go to Mexico. So we picked them up from the airport, we drove down to Mexico. So we did all the things in Mexico you're not supposed to do. But we drove down there, and we rented the four-wheelers. And so we were having fun, we had a blast, we had a blast all day out. Her cousin, who's 20 years old, on the way back, like a couple minutes before we get back, ends up flipping his four-wheeler. Okay. Now I'm first to scene to get to him. He's not moving. His ear is off. I'm just trying to slap him to get him to come back. I'm like, he's done. He's dead. Like it was the scariest experience I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm sitting here, and then finally I got him to wake up. He had a concussion, I could tell, because he wasn't coming back. And you just don't know what happened. You don't know what's going on, right, in those scenarios. So I'm rushing to get to the ambulance, and we're in Mexico, right? So we get to the ambulance. They get to there. They're like, we don't know what's going on. They test him. They're like, his internal organs are okay. So we think we don't know what's going on with his head. We don't have the machinery to be able to figure this thing out. You need to get him to Phoenix. So we have to helicopter him. So to Phoenix, and unbelievable. He ended up having a full recovery. He broke his collarbone, his sternum, all 8 ribs. It showed his ear back on, so actually that's pretty cool now. But it was a crazy experience because in moments like that, like when it really matters, when the family is stressing out about what just happened to their kid, and it's like you don't have to worry about paying for the broken motorcycle, paying for the helicopter, finding the best people to take care of it, like all those different things when it really matters. See, most people, when they go make money, when they have to. In a scenario where then it's even more challenging. And so for me, it's not about the car, it's not about the home, it's not about the watch, it's not about any of that stuff. It's being able to take care of the people that are important to you when it matters. So some of you guys don't have a challenging situation that you have to take care of now. So build something in the event that it happens, because guess what? Life happens. So save for a rainy day. You guys have heard that expression? Yeah. So I just don't understand why people in life have no spare. You got a spare tire in your car if you get a flat and you're not stuck. But in finances, they have none. They got a job and that's it. They have one source of income, and if that goes away, it's like game over. Thanks for playing. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. So having something. So everyone's like, oh, we're all set. He's fine. He's good. I promise you. He's happy. He went home. He's super excited. He's showing off his ear to his friends. He was like, look how cool I am now. He was kind of nerdy, so now he looks all bad. So he's good, but it was just one of those big wake-up calls for me, where it's like that's what we work so hard for, is to be able to take care of the people around us. So anyway, only challenge in this area is you can only earn $25,000 a week. I know, let's not do it. Let's go. No, it's funny. I used to make a lot of fun of this until on Black Friday we maxed this out, and I was like, they should raise that. I was like, dang, that's kind of fun. And then our last is our leadership match. Our leadership match is a lot of fun, so I'm going to pick on somebody here just for a good time. Who's here at a guest? Just coming out, take a look at something. You can stay in your seat. So, Carolina. Okay. Where are you? I mean, Latin, I'm assuming, of some kind. Beautiful. So, Carolina. I'm going to make this you. You're looking good in your heels and your briefcase. Okay. So, a little secret agent. Bam. I want to make this me. I'm looking fantastic. Okay. So, actually, let's pretend this is my wife. That'd probably be better. Okay. So let's say you knew my wife from school, from work, from business, from wherever. And you call her up and you say, hey, so Patty, Patricia, product. And she's like, oh yeah, I buy it from the mall. You don't have to sell her on the product. She's already a customer. That's a good news phone call for her. She gets to get it cheaper. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about, yeah? So it's a good news call. So all of a sudden she's pumped about the products, and now you're sharing by the way, let me share with you a little bit about what's going on with this transition. If you want to, you can participate. Now you're up here, we're in Southern California. We're in Los Angeles, that's where we're from, okay, because we just moved to Phoenix. So we're in Southern California, and so my wife got excited because she made a list of everyone she knew in LA, and all of them had skin. So she was kind of pumped because she was like, look, I think they could like this stuff. So she starts demonstrating it, so she becomes an agent. Now my wife goes out there and makes $1,000 in her team commissions, okay? And as a bronze agent, which I can show you how you can actually get started pretty much at that coding today, you would earn a 20% match. So what's 20% of $1,000? $200, okay? So my wife makes 1,000, you make 200. She makes 10,000, you make 2,000. She makes 100,000, you make 20,000. Now if she makes 1,000 and the company sends you $200, you're probably not gonna be mad. Are you willing to help her?
Yeah.
Yeah. For how long? Forever, ever? Forever, ever, right? So, now this is just one person, right? What's amazing is we have 4 generations of this, because my wife knows people that you don't know. Okay? So that would be generation 2. They know people you don't know. 4 generations of matching, which is pretty cool. 20%, then it goes 10, 10, 10. All right? But outside of that, what if you introduce this dude? How many of you guys know the person who knows everybody? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The person who knows everybody, they're connected with everybody, okay? And they're excited, and they go, make 10,000, you make 20%, it's 2,000. For those of you guys that aren't interested, this is why you should do it anyway. Right. Some of you guys are like, oh, skincare's not my thing. You don't have to like something to make money from it. Right. Some of you don't like your job, you make money from that. You know? So, true. Okay. So, why? It's a means to an end. It's a business. It's a way for you to generate, to pay for your bills, to pay for, pay for things. You take care of your kids, support your family. So, but watch this. You know people that even if this isn't your thing, you know people like this dude, it's their thing. Connect them with us. This is our thing. You know people, this is their thing. Even if it's not your thing, introduce us to people with their thing. We'll make them a ton of money, and you can match them. Ta-da! Right? And then it might become your thing. By the way, I'm just warning you. When you start getting checks in the mail every single week, and you're like, what's going on here? You might call up somebody and be like, hey, what? It's kind of my thing now. So I'll give you an example of this. People say, does this really happen? All day long. So my brother-in-law in Chicago. Remember when he called me? I told him he was an idiot. You're stupid. I thought I was saving him. Turns out he was saving us. Right? This is crazy. Last year, my brother-in-law made $56,000 from just matching me. He doesn't do Seacret. People are like, what does he do? I have no idea. He's like, go, Jesse, go! Right? No, I'm just kidding. I know what he does. He actually used the money because his wife was, her passion, she wanted to open a State Farm office. And so he used the money from Seacret to help them open their State Farm office in Chicago. They just opened it this quarter, which is really cool. And that's what they focus on, because that's what they love. Awesome. So he didn't even think it was going to be his thing, but he liked the products, he got started, and he was like, I know some people, it might be their thing. It's totally our thing. Oh, I'm a secret freak now. Okay. So why? Because I've seen the results people have gotten from the products and from the business. It's too many people and too many stories to see it. Okay. Now, outside of that, let me wrap it up. We have all these bonuses that are awesome. We have a Drive Your Dream bonus, which is a cash monthly bonus. It's actually every 4 weeks. So starting at a Royale position, $500, and it goes all the way up to $6,000 every 4 weeks. Our one-time rank advancing bonus. Start at your first promotion. First promotion is 15, then 200, then 250, and then it goes to $500. And every time you hit a new rank in our company, the company pays you more money. $1 million at the top position. Okay. Now, is everyone going to go make a $1 million bonus? No, most people aren't willing to work that hard. Okay. But for those of you guys that are ambitious that want to, fantastic. Okay. It took us up the ranks here. My wife and I, last year on my birthday, we hit this position, Blue Diamond. Company paid us $40,000 that day. With our normal commissions, about 10 grand that week, we made over $50,000 that week. So we had a good year that week. So it was crazy. I was not in cell phone reception that week. I was at Burning Man. The crazy thing was this is just getting a chance to experience life on your terms, and that's what it was for me. It was not about making more. If even if you replace what you're able to make, but you're able to do it from home on your own schedule, that'd probably be pretty good. And I'll say worst case scenario, you like the product, you refer to people, they get great results, and you make a little bit of extra. That's not too bad either. So from a small scale to a big scale, Seacret made a lot of sense to me. Now you got to decide whether or not it makes any sense to you. I have no idea. Okay, but you can become a customer, get great savings. You can become VIP. You can bundle and save. If you pick like 3 products, you can get them even cheaper. The person that brought you out can show you how to do that. For those of you guys that you're like, you know what, the business side I don't think is for me, but I know some people, you can host a party. We have great benefits where you can get a lot of free product for hosting a party and have some people come over and try our products. It's fantastic, okay? But becoming an agent, obviously I would recommend, highly recommend, largely because of timing. Look around the room here real quick. Everyone look around the room. Glance, don't stare, because it's weird. So, look around the room. These, does anyone know how many people live in the Bay?
In the Bay?
11 million? 11 million people?
Around 5
California,
million.
11 million, or it's like 6 million. Anyway, it's a lot. So anyway, half of you are here. You're not even in. You're just checking this thing out. The rest of you, the other half of you, are really just kind of customers, and you're like, this is, I think, could be fun. And there's really about 5 or 6 of you that are seriously thinking about actually building a large business here with Seacret. Out of all of Northern California, this is it. This is the only event we do in Northern California. This is it. There's more people on this freeway in this space than there are people out there letting people know about the opportunity to be a part of Seacret. There's more people on my flight here. That's crazy. Okay? From a timing perspective, anyway, I'm moving on. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. I just like sales. I hate closing. So like, here's my close. Do you want to do it? That's all I got. As an agent, it's $49 to become an agent. It gets you your website, your kit, all that kind of stuff. And then we have sets of products. Basically, kind of the more you buy, the bigger discounts you get. There's some compensation incentives for you to go out there and build your business. Kind of get in where you fit in. Get started somewhere between nervous and excited. Okay? It's kind of like tall, grande, venti. You guys know what I'm talking about? So, with a double shot in it. So, now, so, figure it out for you. Here's what I will tell you. Okay? If you own a gas station, you probably want to have some what?
Gas.
Gas. If you own a shoe store, probably want to have some what? Shoes. Okay? So, here's what we have a secret. We're skincare companies. You probably want to have some what? Skincare. So now, because our products are demonstratable, what happens is this: is you're not giving away product, you're letting them try it, experience it. And if you haven't done that yet, you have to do it today. Okay, so that way you can get what I'm talking about. So all of our products, you got $380 worth of products that are basic for $150. For those of you looking to make money, I would not recommend even starting here. Okay, start here. Okay, $550 gives you $1,300 worth of product. Special Agent, our professional set, which is our new set. You get paid higher commissions. Instead of having to create $5,000 in sales, they start you at our higher commission levels. So that way, it's basically like you already have done $5,000 in sales for you to be able to get paid more commissions. Okay. So anyway, what's great about the product line? $4,000 of the product that you get for $1,600, and you get everything, our whole kit and caboodle, everything. Okay. So this is for the 00 agents like myself when I got started. That one set that we got, we never bought another set of products, never needed to, and we just replaced a couple of the products that we ran out of through demonstrations. Just so you guys know. Okay. Now, if you retailed your entire box, you double, almost triple your money. But the one thing I will tell you about this, because when people get into money, people are like, oh, that's a big answer. I want you to buy all this stuff. Yeah, it's a business. Hello. So you want to open a lemonade stand, you got to buy some lemons, don't you? Some sugar, a pitcher, a bowl, water, the sign, a marker, for God's sake. Okay. So, and the reason why I bring it up is there's different types of people in here. There's those that have never invested in a business before, so it might be a new concept. So people say, oh, you got to pay to get started. I didn't have to pay to start my job. No, but you have to pay to pick every time you pick up your check. You know, like, who's FICA? Why? So, well, the taxes are written for business owners. You guys know this, right? So be like, that's not fair. Well, no, play the game. So, anyway, when you start understanding it, it's a lot of fun. But anyway, the reason why I bring it up is owning something, because school. I like bringing up school. I've been accused of being like a school hater and a job hater. I'm not. I went to school. I love school. I enjoy education. The misconception that I don't enjoy is the fact that people think because they graduate from school that they will be successful. Okay, all right. Now, if the debate is go to school or not go to school, obviously go to school. Why? Just more education, more discipline, understanding all those things. Those are important. But the reason why I bring it up is this: is the average person today. You take a look at credit card debt, which was the number one source of debt in America for a long period of time, was just surpassed last year by a different type of debt, which was what? Student loans. Okay, student loan debt. Okay. Now, the reason why I bring it up is this: is that people will go to school for 4 years, 5 years, or more, borrow money from friends, family, and the federal government. Okay. for 4 years, and how much do they make while they're gone? None. Okay. All right. What does one semester of books cost? More than a premium set. And they're good return because you can sell them back and get a quarter. You know, right? So, you know, to go to school for 4 years, to graduate with no certainty if there'll be anything available in the position that you graduated from. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm saying is it's so acceptable in our society to go heavily into debt for 4 years with no certainty. I don't understand why people think it's strange for someone to get $600, even $1,000 to have a business. When I moved to Los Angeles, my headshots and printing were $400. And that was just so when I went to an audition, I could give them something so they let me in the freaking door. I mean, I was like, he's a little too freaky. I get it. Okay? So, anyway, having something that's yours. Obviously, you have a write-off, you have a business, and all those different things. Okay? For the people that were like me, that were broke, okay, if you were like that, they're like, I want to get started, but I'm broke, so I'm going to say something like, I don't know if I got time. For those of you guys in the room that are like that, I don't know if it's for me. And really what you're saying is, I like it, but I just know, figure it out. Be resourceful. Sell something. Because all my friends that were broke had a PlayStation 4, an iPhone 6 Plus, a $200 headset to play Halo on, 10 games. Like, look, sell your TV. Sell your little brother. I'm just kidding. Don't sell your PlayStation. I mean, just seriously, you guys get what I mean, though, right? It's figured out, So just sell. Have a garage sale. You got a bunch of crap you don't even like anyway. A couple $100 in there. So all of you got mistakes in your closet. So get rid of that stuff. So now some of you guys spend a couple $100 on a night you don't even remember. You got no excuse, right? Okay. So some of you guys that'll be tomorrow. Okay. So the one thing I think is this: is bet on you. Build something for you. I mean, here's the thing I like about it. Worst case scenario, you have a business where you have tax write-offs and you can look real sexy if you use it all. Sounds good to me. Okay. But here's what I like about Seacret. We have a very simple system. Follow it, you execute on it, and you create results. It's very simple. Okay? All right? At the end of the day, if you put these products on people with skin, you're going to make money. All right? Now, I'm not promising you're going to go make millions. That requires a lot of work and hard work and investment and time to build a business. But what I can promise you is that you will not only make your money back, but you can make a great passive and residual income that you can build over the years to come. Now, some of you will do it a lot faster than that. Okay? So you will do it a lot faster than that because you're like me and you're a nut. And you're like, look, I'm not going to miss my opportunity. I've been looking for something, and this makes sense to me. I'm going to tackle it, and I'm going to go get to all these people before someone else in this room does. Because here's the thing. You know people, and if you don't show this to them, we will still find them. Why? Because we're good at what we do. So, I'm done. Training support. These are people doing awesome. So what I want to do is introduce you to a couple of local people here. These are some of our top people in the marketplace that have come in and visited that are kind of helping us expand out here in the market. So I know a couple people that asked to come up and just share their experience here with Seacret. If you could come up, and can we give a round of applause as they kind of just share their testimony here?
How's it going, guys? My name is Ryan Makota. I'm from San Diego, originally from Hawaii, but I live in San Diego. When my background is in video marketing, where I started off as a passion, just kind of like how Jesse was talking about dancing. I just like to shoot and edit things, maybe because I'm Asian, I don't know. But anyways, when I got started, I was just doing my passion, but I was getting kind of burnt out, so got started and made $1,100 in my first month.
Right out of high school, and that's just not getting it. The normal stuff just does not get it anymore. I've always been looking for something, and when Travis came to me, I said, no more. I've already done my share of that kind of stuff. No, I'm not going to do it. Well, just let me try, Okay, well, I'll try. Ooh, wow, this looks good. Did a mask. It's like, how many people are doing this? Where do I sign? So, the timing is incredible. The company is incredible. The leadership, again, is incredible. When you get around and just do the system and follow the leaders and get to know the family, it's just an amazing, amazing opportunity, and you guys are going to love it as much as the rest of us do. So thank you.
Good afternoon,
morning, everyone. My name is Travis Moore, and I reside in the Antioch area. I got started in Seacret Now. It's actually my second year, and my background is in business ownership. I actually own a carpet cleaning company, which is what I was doing a little bit earlier before I got here. and Jermaine Johnson, my sponsor, actually was bold enough to come up and show me these products. And prior to getting involved with Seacret, I was very skeptical about the products until he actually showed them to me. My hands would get all dry and cracked from cleaning carpets throughout the day. Now, I get compliments on my hands. People say I have nice hands. But anyway, as a result of me showing these products to people, I now have a passive income as a result of Seacret. It's nothing big, but I've been able to reach the Royale position, which includes a car bonus, $500 car bonus every month. And it's actually pretty awesome to be able to receive that passively. But then also, it's very exciting to actually be a part of an opportunity and be able to have products that you can show to people that show instant results that actually work. And that's really one of the things that excite me about being in Seacret. And then also knowing that if I continue to just show the products and continue to help the folks that's involved, that this is really going to turn into something big. So God bless you all. See you at the top. But remember, you're not going to get to the top. Let's you off your bottom.
My name is Jake Rosario. I'm 13 years old. I've been in the company. I'm 36, believe it or not, and I've been in the company for over 2 years now. But before this, I was in the mortgage industry, and when it crashed in 2008, I crashed along with it. And I lost everything I had within a year. The bank closed my account. I owed them too much money. I lost my house. I lost my car. I had to move back to my parents' house, because I had no income coming in. I was broke. In fact, I was so broke that if a robber broke into my house and started searching for money, like I would wake up and search with him, you know what I mean? I was broke, and so I remember this. My mom and my dad, they would always beg me to go back to school so I can, get a good job. And, I look at my friends and, they're not where I want to be financially. I'm not where I want to be financially, but I'm happy because I'm on the right track. I'm with the right company, I'm with the right industry, right product, I'm following the right leaders. And so I just got started. Christian, my little brother over here, introduced me to the company, and I got started, and I just followed the simple system. I listened to Jesse. Jesse makes all the money I want to make. He lives in a house I want to live in. He drives the car I want to drive. Married the girl I wanted to marry. But I just followed him. Whatever he told me to do, I did. So thank you.
What I say, it's my little brother, I love the fact that, I get a chance to work with my family members. I get to pick and choose the people I work with. Prior to this, looking at this profession, I used to work at Cinnabon. I used to make cinnamon rolls, And it's crazy because Jesse was talking about, getting that title of secret agent. I remember people coming up to me and asking me what I did. I told people, well, I make dough. You know what I mean? I make lots of dough. I just didn't tell them where I worked at, right? But now I get, just to tell people that I'm a secret agent. I got products here that work. But I've been with the company now a little bit over 2.5 years, and one thing I love about this company is because the products make sense. I mean, you have my son who's 3 years old that loves the product, and the oldest person that I have in my organization that just hit bronze, who's doing great. She's 73 years old. So anybody that's 3 to 73 that could really have an impact in their lives. And my son always tells me all the time, says, Dad, we're running out of mud soap. I mean, where could you go where a 3-year-old would remind you, like, hey, we're running out of product. So that's what I love about this business, because it attracts the masses. And I don't got to sell anything, so I love about that. But anyway, I'm excited about this opportunity, excited about this area here growing, and I can't wait to go into that room back there. I don't know if you guys seen that room back there, but it holds about 400, 500 people, man. So I can't wait for that to happen. So thank you so much. God bless.
Before we go any further, so can we give the one and only one? Flawless presentation. I mean, seriously. For the guests, for those of you that don't know who I am, Hi, I'm Jermaine Johnson. Actually, in the year 2000, I was one of the top 5 youth pastors in the nation. I've been in Charisma, Christianity Today, Promise Keepers, been on BET and TBN. I come out of a little small church in Los Angeles. It's a little small church, has about 30,000 people in it. So just a little small church, right? Yeah. 30,000 people, but I was only being paid about $30,000 a year. Had a home in foreclosure and 3 children. I was broke. How many of y'all have ever been broke? Okay, the rest of y'all are in denial. But seriously, I was broke, but I'll tell you, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, raised in the LA area by my great-grandmother, so no offense to you all, and some of you that are taping this, but still, I've done everything. No offense, but I'll tell you up front. Amway, Primerica, ACN, XL, candle parties, shoe parties, lingerie parties, pray for me. I've done everything. I've sold the knives, I did the vacuum cleaners. I go so far back in the industry that I used to help my grandmother sell encyclopedias from door to door. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, exactly. And I still have some LOC and some Zoom in the garage. So, y'all know what I'm talking about. I've done everything. I know what's out there. And seriously, I mean, you can only sell junk one time. Is that right?
Yes.
And I have. I've seen some things. But I saw this company. It was a real company. It had leadership with integrity. And then it had a product that spoke for itself. It worked for itself. And if it's good, you don't even have to sell it. It sells itself. And so I saw this as a way, as a vehicle to be able to focus on my passion instead of focusing on a pension. And so it's just phenomenal. And so now I get to live all of my dreams. I'm not even half the way of where the Jesse is, but honestly, I've been able to do some amazing things. I haven't had to work a job in 14 years, and now that my wife and I just to pick up and to move and to just move. I mean, I don't even think y'all know what it costs to move. It's just amazing. But still, I have 3 children, and I have one about to go to Columbia University, and if you know what that costs, yeah, pray for me. So seriously, and so this is just amazing. It's an amazing opportunity for us to fly here, and people fly in and drive in, and people flew all the way from the DC area. I see them in the back of the room just to be here. This market is wide open. It's a gold mine here, and the same way in the spirit of the 49ers. It's a gold mine here. You all can build here, and there's gold up here. And so we are excited about you, but for some of the protocol, we thank you. This is going to be an awesome day, honestly. You all have one of the best of the best. Some of you, the last time that we were up here, you were asking about, well, when are we going to get training? And of course, we have to create some platinums up here. But this is a gentleman that wrote some, if not all, of the academy training. So everything that people are getting on a weekly basis, this gentleman is the architect of all of that. And so I wanted him to start this year off just to give you what you need to do to take this market to the top. So after he comes and closes this, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break, circle up, take care of our guest paperwork, get you started right. And then this gentleman is going to come back. He's going to do probably the hallmark training for this company for you all. And I'm telling you, I get to see him in Southern California, yet we don't live there anymore. But I see him in Southern California. He and I have trained together in Chicago and all places. I'm telling you, I don't think there's anyone better than this man here. So hold on to your seats, and I tell you what, put your hands back together for the one and only.
Too much credit, Jermaine. I actually, a lot of the stuff that I learned in the profession getting started was for Jermaine. He was one of the first trainers that I ever got a chance to learn from. So he's giving me the credit, but I mean, I tell you, and a lot of stuff I wrote, I just stole it from him, and now he's giving me credit for it. So again, rob and duplicate. So anyway, let's wrap this up here today. I've taken a little bit long just because obviously time frame, and I wanted to give you kind of like my thought process into really why Seacret. So for those of you guys that are really evaluating this, you can get a chance to see. So these are some of our diamonds and above. If you didn't like any of those stories, we got more. So whether it's the ASL interpreter to the the kickboxer, undercover narcotics police officer, to the guy who used to hold the sign at Boomers, go track that said no bumping, to the jelly maker, to the janitor, to the machine shop worker, to the Culligan man, to the high school dropout, to the personal trainer, financial planner, amateur skateboarder, restaurant owner, direct network marketer, we got everybody from every walk that's doing great. And if your story is not up here, you don't see it, then help us create it. We need yours. We need your example, because that's what we're looking for. It's people that want to help us lead this company in this transition. So anyway, for agents, what we do is we do a blueprint. If this is getting started, I'm not going to go through it now. This is what the person that gets you started with. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how to get started, because some people are like, man, okay, it makes sense. $1,500, okay, all right. Well, how would I make that back? We have a very simple program called S4S. So it's 4 steps. Number 1, you get your kit. Number 2, 2 parties. Do 2 parties. Okay? Now, what's a party? 3 guests. Just have 3 friends over and let them try our stuff. Okay? All right? And do that 4 weeks in a row. So 2 parties with 3 guests for 4 weeks in a row. Okay? If you did that, you put products on about 24 people. Okay? So if you put products on 24 people in your first 20 days, half of them are for sure going to buy. That's 12. That means you're in our VIP pool. You're getting shares of our VIP pool. Okay? On top of that, you're getting free product galore. All right? You're getting commissions on all that. And we found about 20% of the people, 80-20 rule usually, 20% are going to see it and go, you know what? Wait, we're first in the bay? Yep, let's go. You're going to about 20% that are going to get it and see it and join with you. Okay? They get started with your set just like you did. Bam, you're in profit mode. You've already gotten your first 4 promotions in our company in your first 28 days. And so we have a very simple plan for those of you guys that need to go out there. Because some of you guys are like, ooh, it'd be a stretch, or I can put it on something, but how do I get it back? We'll show you how to do that in your first 28. Okay? So we have all these programs, Superstar, which are fun. You earn a lot of money. So party, people, do it. Got it. Makes sense, right? So they're going to go through that stuff with you when you get started. And it's more individual because all of you have different time frames. Some of you guys have 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, and they need to show you how to use that 10 hours a week to go out there and be effective with it. Okay? But anyway, the last thing I just end with is this: is what's your dream? It's a little cliche. What's your dream lifestyle? What do you do if you didn't have to work for money any longer? Here's the thing I want you to think about: is this? Are you really happy? And if you're not, do something else. All right? That's just kind of one of my big things. All right? Now, if you're super pumped about what you do, this could be some fun extra. Okay? So, but if you're not, look, at least plan B, plan C, plan L. I don't know, something that you can build something that's yours. So for me, I'm just a big proponent of this, and I see so many people that aren't satisfied with where they are, but they didn't plan on being anywhere else. So they just kind of like wound up, and they're like, how did I get here? Well, it's kind of like Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie. Not the new creepy one. I'm talking about the original. Right? So when Alice falls into Wonderland, and she's walking around, she's lost, trying to figure out where to go, and she gets this crossroad, and the cat pops out. You guys know the cat. And she looks at him, and she's like, which way do I go? And the cat's like, well, where are you going? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, any road will do. And I feel like so many people are like that. Like they got here and I was like, how did I get here? They didn't plan on anything else. So it's like, build something. Here's a good indication where you're going to be in 5 years from now. Find somebody who's been doing what you've been doing 5 years longer than you, and that's probably pretty close. And if that doesn't get you fired up, then do something else. Right. Right? So I'm a big proponent. You got one life, as far as I know. Why would let's do something awesome with it? Let's have fun. The big thing for me is this: if you focus on helping people, you will have a lot more joy in your life. And that's been my whole life, here with Seacret, is not worried about our bills, just helping everybody else. And when you get to spend your days waking up helping everybody else, it's just like, man, it's awesome. So anyway, so I just kind of something to think about. So today, let the person know if you are an A, a B, or a C. We're going to make it real simple. So, because remember, it's either you kind of like, you get it or you don't. So at this point, we don't have time to convince people to do this. Plus, if we got to convince you to get started, it's like we got to drag you to do everything. That doesn't make sense. So just buy our products if you're not sure. So become a customer. Now, if you're like, I don't even know if that's for me, at least refer them to somebody. The person that invited you said, look, I wanted you to know about this. Now, you understand they want you to join you. You guys understand that, yes? Yeah. That'd be weird if they were like, I wanted you to come, but don't do it. That'd be really weird. Okay? No, they want you to do it, okay? Now, here's the thing, is they were very committed probably to you seeing this. Now, whether they want to or not, I want you to know that they're not attached to you doing it. They want you to see it. This is for you to make up your own mind. You're an adult. Figure it out, okay? So see if it's what works best for you. But C is a customer. B is, I want to get started, but I got some questions. How does this work? How does that work? How does this work? Now, they may not be able to answer your questions because they might be new. So come talk to me. I'll help you out. Okay? I'll fill in any blanks. Talk to me. Talk to your leadership. They'll help you out. Okay? Or A is like, dude, I don't know why you're still talking. Shut up. Can we get the training started? Because you need to teach me how to do this real fast. So if you're an agent, welcome. We're very excited to be working with you. Basically, to kind of show you exactly what we did. So I'm going to lay out a kind of a plan of action training today on how we went from where we were to where we are. And it's very simple. It's very strategic. For those of you guys that are like, just tell me what to go do and I'll go do it. Okay, this will be a training for you that you'll hopefully remember. So I'm going to give you some of the philosophies, the mindset, and then also the action plan to go out there and kick this thing off in 2015 to put yourself in a very different position at the Christmas time this year. So I'm very, very excited for this marketplace, excited to come back up here and build. And just warning you, we just signed up this rock star that literally when I told her there was only going to be like 30 people there, she was like, oh my God, I'm going to own Northern California. So I'm just letting you guys know, if you guys don't do it, I'm going to do it without you. And that's not a threat, it's a fact. So you guys better get your butts moving. Because it's showtime. Seacret is not going to be a secret for very long in this marketplace. So you got one shot to be first. I would recommend taking it. So let's go out there and have some fun. Get started. Get your paperwork taken care of. Get your plan set up here real quick. We'll get started here with our training here in about 7.5 minutes. Does that work? Everyone synchronized watches? Okay, restrooms outside. If you haven't had product demo, we get a chance for you to try that. I'll hang out here to answer any questions. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
We see ourselves being the top in the industry. We see ourselves being the top in speaker. We see ourselves being one of the biggest companies in the world.
Some people think it's just skincare. It's just a cream. It's just a moisturizer. Absolutely not. We're skincare. We care about people's skin.
Your life is significant. Your life can be revolutionary. How many of you guys are ready for maybe another secret mission? The reason why you start the revolution, it should be so big, it should be so strong within you, it should burn inside.
I want you to say why not me. It is now time for you to stop cheering for everyone else's success and start cheering for your own.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You catch on Zai's dream, you catch on Zai's vision. The way that's going to happen is not just with the cheerleaders, but it is with the crowd, with the millions of people.
It's going to take all of us to have a personal revolution so we can start a movement. Each and every one of us has a company in the city where it says,
And they don't realize
so I'm going to the top of the mountain, you'll find the yellow side and roll in. And eventually I had to get the courage up. You can't build this thing without no courage. You can't build this thing without no courage.
now we need to. Because this story has happened before. That magic is not going to be felt without you.
It just takes one individual to make that decision. But to complete the revolution, it's going to take all of us.
That's how it starts a revolution. You don't wait, you act now. You don't make money.
I feel this is a moment that is going to change our life. That if we can relate to it, it's going to be so powerful. That's where it starts. It's a spark in the soul. It's a spark in your mind that says, yes, you were made for something better.
You gotta say, look, I'm gonna raise my belief system. That's what this weekend's about. Raising your belief system to a point that no matter what, nothing can knock you out of the box with this opportunity.
Take this energy back home, and it's time to pay it forward to so many others. You know, we were given this gift, and it's time for us to give it back to others.
We have the best product. We have the best leadership. We have the best community. We can't lose.
It's unstoppable. We have so much power when we're as a group together that this can take us to ways and places that we never dreamed before. Only few people when they come over here and say, okay, I'm going to change my life tomorrow. Only few people are willing to make a commitment and to work as hard as it takes to change your family history. The system is it. All you need to do is follow the system. I think if I can do it, anyone can.
Stand up with me right now and tell them we are victorious because Seacret doesn't look like you and I. We are victorious.
What is it that they need? What is it that they want? And I can show them the system to help them get that. It can be tough to be the one that says, I make the decision that I'm going with or without you.
This is it, you guys, right here, right now. We gotta make it happen.
Some people watch things happen. Some people watch things happen. And some people say, what happened? Make the decision. I'll see you at the top. Do you love these things? Do you love the community that you're a part of? Are you happy with everything that we're doing? And we're going to do much more. But now, if you want to create
before we do that, we come to a portion here in our event here. We're going to recognize some people that did a phenomenal job here in the last 30 days. I don't know, in this marketplace where now people are booming, okay? And so we want to recognize some of you that's done a great job in promoting new agents and also going out there and getting these products out there to your neighborhoods, you know, and in your, thank you so much, Shermaine. Appreciate that, all right? But so we're going to go ahead and recognize you guys, okay? That's just my favorite part, man. One of the core values that we have here in Seacret is create an environment of victory and celebration. So we would like to recognize you guys here. So first of all, in the last 30 days, right? In the last 30 days, if you've retailed a Seacret product, go ahead and stand up here real quick. I want to recognize you. Give yourself a round of applause. Give these people a round of applause. You're doing such a phenomenal job. I mean, man, I'm telling you, get excited about this. So think about it. If you retail some product, that's money in the bank, right? That's money in your pocket right away. So that's amazing. So that means that you just got paid. All right. So if you enrolled one or more new preferred customer in the last 30 days, if you enrolled one or more new preferred customer in the last 30 days, I want you guys to please stand up. I want to recognize you. I want people to look at you and recognize your faces. I want people to look at you because this is your leadership, you guys. They're going out there to do whatever it takes to go out there and create some preferred customers. If you've got 2 customers or more, remain standing. 2 customers or more? 3? 3 customers? 4? Oh my God, 5? How many did you get? 7 preferred customers, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. Melissa, right? Oh my goodness. 7 preferred customers. That's amazing. All right, so enrolled 1 or more new Seacret agent in the last 30 days. If you enrolled a Seacret agent, I have. Okay, that's cool. I want you guys to please stand up. I want to recognize you. 2 or more? 3? Yeah? 4? Wow. Okay, cool. Congratulations. That is amazing. And that's part of our basis here. That's part of our foundation of our company here. Is really going out there and duplicating ourselves as fast as we can. So how we do that through getting more Seacret agents. So if you enrolled 1 or more Seacret agents, but you brought them here today, okay? And you brought them here today and you want to share this knowledge here with Mr. Jesse MacPherson, I want you guys to go ahead and stand up with your new agent. Woo. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, congratulations. Remain standing. I want to go ahead and hear from you. I want you as the agent to introduce yourself, where you're from, and I want you to introduce your new agent, and the products that they love the best. So let's go and start with you.
My name is Brittany, and I'm from Oakland. And this is my new agent. Her name is Marilyn. She lives in Santa Rosa. And
so what's your favorite product, Marilyn?
I don't know what my favorite product was.
She
I
only
liked
tried
all
this
of them.
No.
Whatever was out there, I liked all of it.
All right, let's give it up for Marilyn. Yes, congratulations. All right.
I'm Matthew Reese from Antioch, and this is Willie Broach.
Where are you from? What product did you like the best?
Rio Vista.
Okay. And which product did you like the best?
The Recover Mask.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I did go wow when she put it on my face.
Nice. Awesome. Well, congratulations. All right.
Martha Parsons from Antioch, California. And this is Bernice Lucero.
All right.
And salt and oil scrubs.
Yeah,
all right.
salt and oil scrub. I'm a dog walker, and my hands are.
Oh my goodness. All right. So where are you from, Bernice?
I'm from Pacifica, but yeah, I'm living in Antioch now.
All right. Well, welcome to the family. Let's give her a round of applause. Give everybody a round of applause. All the agents. All right. So you know what? In the last 30 days, I know that we've gotten some people. I don't know if they're here today, but we want to recognize some people that did a phenomenal job. As far as rank advancing, if you hit the position of star, can I see you? Can I see you show hands if you or maybe stand up if you hit the position of star. A star meaning that if you got somebody on your left, somebody on your right that got a package or that got active, okay, that means you are a star agent. So if you've done that, I want to recognize you. Can you please stand up here? I want to recognize you, all the stars in the room. No stars? Right? If you've done it before in the past? No? Yeah? All the stars? Yeah, you've done it? Oh, perfect, man. Congratulations. Right? All right. Do we have any recognition here today, Mr. Jermaine? Oh, we do. Do we have it? Oh, no, not this time. Okay, cool. So, this is what we want to do. Okay? We have pins? Okay. So if you guys haven't got your pin yet, okay, if you are a superstar and above, if you haven't received your pin in the last 30 days, I want to recognize you because one thing that we do here is we usually have a certificate for you. So if you haven't got your certificate, if you haven't got your pin, if you're a superstar or above, I want to recognize you. Why don't you guys come up here and I want to go ahead and have Mr. Jermaine Johnson, you know, have a pin for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have a superstar? Any superstars that haven't gotten their pins? Woo! Yes. All right. Amazing. Any bronzes? Anybody that hit rank here in the last 30 days?
Wait a minute, I haven't got my turn, but
No, it's all right. Let's go.
okay. I didn't have a superstar.
All right, let's give it up for Georgia. You guys. We're traveling. So, once you do me a favor, just kind of let them know a little bit about you and how you found Seacret. Where do you see yourself in the future?
Crown Royal.
Absolutely.
I got started with a young man who introduced me to the product as a customer, Ayende Mitchell. And
Nice.
then, I started in November of 2013. By April 2014, I was about to put on my foundation that evens out my tone, and I realized I didn't need it. So I said, wow. And then he said, oh, you like it like that, huh? Well, come meet Tiffany. And I did, and I'm just, what can I say? I'm all in.
Nice.
All in.
Let's give it up for Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so one thing that I want to point out here, if you guys see this, right, you guys got a flyer on your seat.
Yes.
We have a new position that's, I'm sorry? Oh my goodness. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, we got a new silver.
Wow. Very nice.
Woo! All right, come on, guys. Come on, give it up. Up here too. Going out and above, maybe you guys could come up here.
Wow.
95% to go. Might as well give her a gold pin.
This Sunday will be gold.
Woo! This Sunday.
Wow.
Wrap that up.
Wrap it up like a burrito. It's good.
You're Filipinos. Lumpia.
Yeah, lumpia.
Represent your culture.
Actually, okay, so I joined.
What is your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Tammy Moon.
Tammy went. Okay.
I live in San Jose, and I'm a broker. Actually, I'm real estate. I'm born in August. So my friend from Seattle, realtor, and she came to interview me. And I said, you know, I have a lot of people come to interview me about network marketing, so I know very well about network. I'm so tired of this, so I didn't want to join. So the new scheme and all the people come around. But I see the product, I see this is the binary tree. So this is post system. You know, the post system, you have to be there, take the first position. That's the most benefit for you. So I didn't know much about the product, and I wasn't ready, but I just think, okay, I just take that. I did later. So I checked it. I told him about it. I bought the packet, and I just you haven't opened that for a while, but I'm thinking. So I went to convention last November.
Convention, keynote in this entire thing. Wouldn't do nothing.
November 9th, 10th. So I went there, see, so motivated. I was there all 3 days, 2 days. And our team in San Jose at that time, we are one of the first. I was listed one of up there, you know that, right? So go back and we feel motivated. And we start working. Right after a month, I become silver.
Woo!
And then
Give it up.
I become platinum. So that time I get around like 6,000 something total. And then I just introduced about 5 people, but only 2 working. And then my team right now, right left like over about 200 each one, or 100 each, so 200 total. But one of those are not like, I don't know, some people they don't know. But our team work together, we do wall party every day. We just work as a team. So we grow. And then because of I was a month platinum again, but because of holiday, Christmas and New Year, things like that, so the point was dropping. So I dropped down to executive, but I come back now to silver. Last 3 weeks ago. And you know, I was sick. I was in hospital too. But for a whole month I didn't do much, but I still get money. So that's nice. But anyway, I come back to, I help my team in talk. We do long distance phone call. I introduce so my team grow very fast. Actually, the guy is in Australia and only California. He become a Yale yesterday, and we help together to make him silver today and tomorrow, by tomorrow. So we grow, and so I, you know, I'm sitting there. I didn't do for last month, and she got money, and right now it works like that. So I think it's great.
Hold it. All right.
Yes.
Let's give it up for Tammy, you guys. I want you to cut that. I mean, she's been in training for y'all, right? And just in her testimony, she told you exactly what to do, right? I mean, let me just kind of reiterate what she said. I mean, she said that she's been bombarded with so many different opportunities from all different walks of life, and she rejected all of them. It was until she found Seacret and she saw the products and the products work, she said, I could partner myself with this company. Right? In 30 days, she became a silver in the company. She's making, $600 every 4 weeks because she hit that position. She's a realtor, and what realtors want to do, they want to look good, right? Yes. So her realtor friend, now she's getting, she went to the movement. She got moved. The revolution, right? Now she's going to the movement. But in the revolution, she saw that, and she was like so excited about it, and that's what really kind of, got her over the edge. So that's so exciting. Let's give her a round of applause. A lot of material to cover, but now the movement, we're talking about this, the movement, you guys saw the video of what happened in the last convention. The movement's going to be insane, man. We have the Jabberwockies is going to perform at our convention. Thanks to Jesse and his crew, right, to put that stuff together. But the Jabberwockies, if you guys ever seen a show in Las Vegas, they charge probably more than what we charge at a convention ticket. So right now, $129 is a special to get yourself on board with the movement. So it's exciting, you guys. Make sure you're there. My mentor always told me, Christian, you're not in the company yet unless you've been to a national convention. You gotta go. How could I describe how excited one should be if you haven't even been there? How could you describe that feeling, that emotion if you haven't been there? It's very difficult. You just gotta be there. You guys get to feel the heartbeat of the company. You get to rub shoulders with the top people in the company, not just in the company, but in the industry. Right? You get to write in your journals exactly what they're doing. So it's exciting, man. Just alone, the $129 special, that's a $2,000 plus more in value what you're going to get that weekend. It's going to be exciting. So let's just move forward here, you guys. Again, I didn't touch upon this, but just real quick, on the new position that we have here, the new executive position. Whew! Man, I'm so fired about this position. Why? Because of the fact that people are going to be recognized on stage. You're going to get a $100 cash bonus on stage from the cabinet, okay, of the company. Plus, you're going to get a watch, an exclusive watch, right? This is a watch that no one's going to get unless you are an executive of the company. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine going around with this watch and you're cool and you're on stage and people are going to see you? But people are going to go out there right now, run for this this new position. I'm telling you, go on there. It's not just for you, but your whole organization is going to see you. You're going to get excited about that. Your people are going to be so fired up. And also, last but not least, Isaac Ben Shabbat. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaac Ben Shabbat on the 21st. We're going to be at the Los Angeles Convention Center, okay? At the Los Angeles Convention Center. Make sure you make your way there, right? We got some friends here that drove in from Southern California here to this marketplace. Isaac Ben Shabbat. He's going to be at the LA Convention Center. And if you guys haven't met him or even had words with him, I'm telling you, it's just remarkable what this gentleman went through to get to where we are today. And to hear his story and to give you a hug. I mean, he doesn't give handshakes, he gives hugs. And that's your CEO, ladies and gentlemen. The person is going to be here, is going to be training on what's to come in 2015. I'm telling you, get there, be registered. As far as this marketplace, I think Jermaine's going to go over the up-and-coming stuff that was going to happen here in February because there's so many dates, there's so many things that are going on in that month. We want to make sure that we fill you guys in on the next event, right here, okay? So with that being said, you guys, that's my part. I just want to recognize you guys are doing a great job. So congratulations, all the servers, the superstars, the stars here in the company. And also make sure you pay close attention to the next speaker. But I want to bring back up Mr. Jermaine Johnson. Let's give him a round of applause.
I love for him to do that portion of this because his excitement is just on a whole nother level. It's contagious. He has a thing called contagious enthusiasm. We actually brought you all flyers from Southern California for the event with Isaac. And you know, honestly, we were always taught, and because I've been in the industry now 23, 24 years, and we were always taught, I know I don't look it, but we were always taught, honestly, if it's within driving distance, you get there. And I know some of you all that, well, no, I'm not going there. Look, if it's within driving distance, we would go. We would pile in cars, caravan, and that's when you built that culture. But just going down, you can do a turnaround trip. Or for those of you, I mean, really, the cost of gas right now, I don't even have to sell you on that. The cost of gas, really, is good. Look, get it right now. Take a trip on it right now. Believe you me. But honestly, if that's a problem, look, I've come up here just for you all on the mega bus sometimes. Y'all know it. Seriously. That's $8 or $1 or $12 to ride down. And it takes you right downtown. But that would be a good trip, seriously. But I would encourage you on the 21st, come to Southern California on the 14th. What is February the 14th? Valentine's Day, right? Maybe you appreciate it or you celebrate it. Maybe you don't like it. Bah, humbug, Scrooge, all that. I don't know, right? Maybe you don't like love and Cupid and all that stuff. Look, and I would still say, look, honestly, I'm going to be doing spa parties. And so honestly, though, what we do want in the marketplace is for there to be a spa party blitz, a wild blitz, to have people doing spa parties all over the marketplace on that day. You know, it's a day of love and all that, but people want to look good and feel good. Is that right? Yes. And honestly, this is the one opportunity I have seen company and product where it's something when couples come together and they're putting, say, the mud on and their skin is soft, and the husbands and the wives, the girlfriends, boyfriend. I promise you, it's something that couples can really do together. So I would encourage you in groups. Some of y'all are looking at me strange, but I'm telling you, it's time for you to step up and do it. I would encourage you to get together, maybe do some joint spa parties on Valentine's Day and invite all the couples to look good and feel good. You can package it real nice. Y'all get me?
Yes.
Y'all, look here, y'all don't understand. Seriously. So I'm telling you, do that. I'm just trying to put something out there for you. So that would be on the 14th, then the 21st. I'm saying that because it's a short month and I don't know any other date to do a regional up here. So we're going to have to see, and I'm going to go in the back and strategize with Christian and see what date in February we're going to do a regional. But honestly, before the regional, there should be spa party after spa party after spa party after spa party. Oh, I see y'all did it. Right. And so that's what we really want. But while I'm talking, take those things, pass them around. Also, I gave you all a challenge. I gave you a challenge the last time we were up here that, look, we wanted to have a record attendance. Now, of course, when Isaac came out, we actually got about 100 people in this room. And so this is actually, now don't tell John or Betty or Josh Denny, but this is the second largest. Y'all showed out for Jesse MacPherson coming up here. So other than Isaac bitch about this today was the second largest event. So kudos to you all, and Jesse MacPherson, that gives you some bragging rights, because other than Isaac is you, and they came out, and I want to recognize those that really took it to heart to get the guest out. And I think I know someone that had a row of guests in here, but I'm just going to say, is there anyone in here this morning that had more than 5 guests? More than 5 guests. More than 5 guests in the room. Hold on, wait. You stay standing. We don't hate, we celebrate. Y'all get that? And some of y'all say in there, well, I called mine, but they the one I did had, they said they was outside parking, but they never came up. Look here. That's so funny. And so I'm recognizing her, and y'all just sitting there like, Look here, but no. She, more than 5 guests. How many guests did you have here today? 6 guests. Hold on. Wait. I need you to come in front of me. I don't have no prize yet for you, but look here. We're going to give you something or do something for you. What? Huh? Okay. There we go. Some body mud. This is the body mud. This is the body mud. Body mud. You can even use this also in the new wow wraps. You know, they're doing wow wraps now, where you take the salt oil scrub and the body butter and you do the saran wrap, and some are even putting, say, the mud. You use the mud and saran wrap. And I will say that, y'all know my wife, we were going to a concert in Vegas, and I didn't know why we stopped at a store to pick up 2 things of saran wrap. And we got in the hotel room, and she put this mud, and she started, said, Jay, come here. And y'all don't tell her, I'm telling her. And I got this saran wrap, and she started twirling it around. And I'm like, what? Who taught y'all this stuff? And people, they have put the 3 together, and they're doing wow wraps, and it pulls the water and the toxins off, and pulls some, look at her like, so anyway, we're going to give her some of this, and what I do want is because all of these individuals here and the agents here, and were here the last time, they heard me, and I know they got on the phone, pick it up, talk it up, hang it up. I know they were calling people, but still, you got 6 guests to come out today. So, what did you do? What did you do to get 6 guests here today?
I kind of just...
what's your name first? I'm sorry.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Brittany.
Brittany.
Well, actually, I kind of had a turning point at the last regional with Betty, and I just decided to do it, and I kind of just made it like known that I'm doing this. This is my commitment to this, and I just asked for support of people around me, and
Well, you made a decision.
Right.
You made a decision to no longer be a secret agent.
Right.
and then you asked people within your one market. You basically asked them for help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what did you say in calling them? Because I know that there's people here that they also had guests coming. They had some in the parking lot. They never came. But you got yours to come up to the room. So how did you get them in the room? How did you get them to show up? Because it's hard. I mean, some people want to know, how do you turn all the no-shows into show-ups? How do you do that? How did you do that?
Really,
what did you say? What did you say to them?
I just said that, it'd mean a lot to me if you came.
So call me on the phone and tell me what you said to get your 6 guests here. Call me.
So I recently made a decision, I'm trying to, I'm really committed to this business, and I just wanted you to come and look at it. It would mean a lot to me, and it would really help me in my journey.
All right. It's that simple. there's somebody out here saying it's not that easy. Somebody gave you an objection. What did you? I mean, you said that, but
what
did
I
they
said first was
say?
I actually asked them if they were busy or what they were doing. What are you doing the Saturday before the Super Bowl? Is what I said actually first, and then they said nothing, and then they were trapped at that point. So I'm gonna say I did that first. Okay. So once they said nothing, and then basically because they cared about me, and I just kind of said, well, this is important to me, and it would really help me out if you would come, and then they can't say no.
Now, did you call them again to confirm?
I did call.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I did call back. Once they said yes, I did call back to confirm, make sure that they
When
had
did you do that?
address.
You did it yesterday or the day?
Actually, well, some of them, let's see, I would say I checked with them yesterday.
All your confirmation calls yesterday?
Yes.
Did you do any three-ways or anything?
No three-ways.
You didn't do any three-ways. So you may have had more people to come if you did that, because this was your warm market. So they
This is
came
my
just
warm
good.
market, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
This is you care about me, so, I mean, there's more people that care about the people in this room than is here, I'm sure, really, you know.
Y'all give her a round of applause, please. Yes. Wow. Congratulations. That was good. Wasn't that good?
Yes.
That was very good. Congratulations. I love it. Well, look at, I'm excited about this. Congrats. 6 guys. Wow. Anyway, so look, guys, without any further ado, I'm going to get out of the way, and I'm just going to give this gentleman the entire last hour and a half. He can just go. Usually he'll train for some events will just, they have speakers that, they put a time cap. Look, I want to give him as much time as he needs to just pour into you all. Is that okay? Because honestly, some of you, even last night at the potluck, you all were asking, or at the Shabbat, you were asking questions, and I said, no, ask Jesse. And in Jesse's presentation today, some of you all said, I got my answer. I got my answer. And so I promise you, this gentleman, I didn't give him his proper introduction. Of course, he is a Blue Diamond and beyond now. He is just on his way to that crown mark, but he is a cabinet leader, ambassador, whatever you want to call it. He is the one that sits in there with the small group of leaders, generals for this company, and when I mean that they hash it out to do what's going to be best for this and for your children's children. And so he is the one. He's in the boardroom every week in the meetings there, and so this gentleman does have a lot of the answers, but it's because he's been one of the best students of the industry. So I want you one more time for the rest of the day, put your hands together for your guest trainer, and I'll say Mr.
How are we doing? Good?
Yeah.
All right. So, I think I want. I feel like I want this. I feel like I'm gonna want to write on that. Okay, cool. So we got a little bit of time here. Hey, that's actually me. That's weird. So, no, you go. Yeah. Say something cool. What do you want to know?
Everything.
Everything. Cool. Anything specific?
Where to begin?
Where to begin? Okay, so getting started. Perfect. Okay. There's more notes for me. So, what else? I'll for sure cover that, I promise. So.
Strategies for a wide open market.
Strategies for an emerging market. Okay, so kind of like building in a new market. Yeah, there's new things. Because there's some things to focus on. A lot of times people get distracted with things that don't make them any money in the beginning, especially when you're in an emerging market. So here's the thing: it's good news and bad news. The good news is you're first. Bad news is you're first. So it's the pioneers that take the arrows. So I mean, you're the ones that have to go build this thing, because it's like, well, show me the proof. Well, I'm in. Let's do it. Now, of course, we've got other big things for them to show them, but in this marketplace, it's it's, you know, if you're going to plant your flag and build, it's going to require a level of commitment for sure, but it's going to require a somebody typically I find that has a little bit more ambition than the follower. Okay? Now I don't think there's anything wrong with following. I follow people, but in an emerging market, it's not like you can just follow in and plug in. You need to create it. So in creating it, it requires a level of energy. It requires a level of posture. It requires a level of vision that you need to project and portray and say, here's what we're going to go do. Well, how do you know? Because I'm going to do it. Well, how do you know it's going to be big? Because I'm going to create it. That's why I know. And then all of a sudden, people are afraid not to get in business with you. So that's what you should, like, your posture needs to be so high, people are afraid not to join you. They're like, listen, I don't know if it's going to happen, but this fool believes something's going down. And I just don't want to, in case he's right, I better get started. So, does that make sense? But I'll go over a couple things here on what to focus on. Most of getting started as an individual and building an emerging market are the same things. So I'll kind of show you what I would be focused on, because when we started in Southern California, we didn't have any events. There was nothing. So, of course I can show you some of the things we did that worked well, and some of the mistakes that we've made over the last 3 years. And our learning experience of things that we spent a lot of time doing that going back, I would have done a little bit differently, so you don't have to make a lot of those mistakes. So here's what I found out. There's only a few things to do, right? There's a lot of things to do wrong. So a lot of my training here today is just what not to do. And then that way you can not do that. And then spend a lot of time doing only the things that work. And hopefully that makes sense. What else do you want to know? Anything else? Anything you want to know, just kind of throw it at me, and if it's something simple, I'll answer it. If it's not, then I'll throw it into some training. Yeah.
It might dovetail with that, but it's mindset for success.
Mindset for success, okay. Yeah. Mindset for success in Seacret?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right, so just checking. I don't know if it's mindset for success in marriage. I don't know.
We can touch on that one too.
I don't know. I'm learning. It's only been a few years for me, so you probably guys have more knowledge on that than I do. Yeah.
Cold market.
Cold market. Yeah. Sorry, in front of him. Yes. Was that the same question? No. Yes. Go for it.
Well, no, mine is something to do with outfitting ourselves for our spa parties.
Yeah.
We're changing so quickly right now that I have a book that I bought 2 months ago that's already two times behind.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if there's a way to get a binder or something that we can just change out the pages that change.
Yeah, I just print it off because everything's available, so I just print it, and then if a page changes, I just change that page. I just print that page and change that page.
Tape it on.
No, print. I print it off and put it in, just hole punch it and put it inside of a.
Gotcha.
That's what I do.
So you don't buy the book.
Me, the new ones? No. So I just use old books. I just don't get wrapped up in a lot of the detail stuff, just because they're not getting in because of what the flip chart says. That's not what they're getting in because they like the products and they want to join you. You know, so I usually don't get caught up in a little of that stuff. But here's the thing: we don't want to be changing. But because when we started, none of us had any idea what we were doing. This is one of those things. If you want everything to be perfect, come back when we're a $1 billion company and then make a couple $100. If you want to make millions of dollars with Seacret, you're going to have to deal with us making changes to perfect our system. That's part of the process. You take a look at the software on your iPhone the first day it came out. The few people that were using it was funny because they paid $2,000 for a phone and it didn't even work. But they were pumped out of their mind because they got an iPhone. And then obviously they update the technology, update it. So what we're doing is the whole process of Seacret is taking this retail giant and simplifying. So what we've been doing really in the boardrooms is going, okay, how can we make this simpler, easier, quicker, faster, less steps? Less steps means faster duplication. So anytime, it's kind of the easiest way to look at it. I'll kind of give you a bird's eye view on this for me, is because my background's with dance, performing, choreography. The more difficult my choreography was, the less people showed up. So, because you didn't usually get paid in teaching in that profession, professionals, you got paid to teach people that weren't dancers who wanted to learn how to dance. That's where more of the money was. You take a look at the in the dance world, and I'm not talking about like professional dancing, but the things that blew up, like Zumba, Thai, like all these different things, because they were simple steps that everyone could do. Everybody could do. Even my white friends, you can do them. Right? Okay? So like just, yeah, you can. So simple stuff, right? So the more simple the choreography was, the more people could participate. And that's really the kind of system you want to be thinking about when you're developing your business. Because the more complicated your steps are in the system, every step you add eliminates another group of people from feeling like they can participate. And so some of you, it's like, I got to learn everything before I get started. You can do that. I will give you a fair warning. You will have a very difficult time building a large business. You will get customers, because when you know everything, you will have all the answers to everything, and therefore people will buy. But a lot of people will not join because they're looking at it going, I don't have the time to do that, I got to know all that stuff, and that wasn't simple, and I don't see how I can fit that in. Here's what people ask me, like, what's in it? I'm like, and I give them the box. Now, I know in the beginning, the only reason why I kept doing that today is I know what's in it now, but I don't want them to think they need to know everything to go start making money. It was funny because I had this girl who was like super detail oriented, and I love her. She was a sweetheart, but she had been in the business a month and she was frustrated. She was like, I'm not making any money. I was like, well, what are you doing? She was like, I'm learning everything. I'm like, it makes sense. There's nobody in the manual that's going to sign up. But the other reason, the two analogies that I gave her is this. She asked me a question. I was like, I don't know. She got started getting flustered with me. She was like, why do you know this? And I was like, well, it's not relevant to making $1 million. And it took her a minute to get it because she's like, what do you mean? I was like, because I don't know it. And I've made $1 million. If I had to have known that to make $1 million, I wouldn't have made $1 million. Okay? So what I want to do is keep it simple and keep it fun and keep it exciting so where people go, okay, I could do that, it'd be simple, it'd be fun, this makes sense. I can do a little bit, I can do a lot. It's up to me. Okay? So keeping it going. So anyway, just steps-wise, keeping it as simple as possible through that process. So anyway, it's a long story on a mindset thing to something that had nothing to do with it. But you just led me down the rabbit hole. I'm sorry. But the other reason why that I bring it up is this: is you don't have to read the entire owner's manual to get in your car and drive it 90 miles an hour down the freeway and not even know how the dang thing works. I mean, I know some of you are mechanic. You know. When I turn the key, I have no idea what really happens. I don't know. Here's what I know. Drive, reverse, gas, brake, steering wheel, and if a light pops up, I'll figure it out. Right? And then what do I do? If it's not working, I take it to an expert. A specialist. That's what I do. I just need to know enough to get down the road. Okay? So I look at Seacret as a vehicle. Okay? It is a vehicle. As a kid, I wasn't like, when I grow up, I can't wait to find a good skincare company and just rub it all over people. That wasn't my thing. I do Seacret as a business, as a for-profit business. I love our products because I am a consumer of the products and I use them and they're better than anything else I've ever found in categories that I love. I've seen the people get results for them, but loving a product is a good enough reason to be a customer. It's not a good reason to build it as a business. That's different things I evaluate when I'm looking at it to invest time and money and energy into something. Okay? So if I'm investing the thing I can never get back, which is my time, I want the best ROI I can have. Return on investment. Okay? So if I'm putting my time and energy into something, I want to make sure I'm getting the best yield on it. So this vehicle called Seacret that I'm putting my time and energy into, I want to make sure that I'm moving. I see so many people get in this car and they're like, I gotta know how it all works. You can take time to learn how it all works. You just don't make any money. There's a lot of really smart, broke secret agents. I'm just asking you. I'm not saying don't learn. Learn while you earn. Okay? I learned how to do WOW parties. You want to know how? In WOW parties. I learned how to demo products from skincare people in my WOW parties that were not in. My first WOW party I did was in Laguna Beach. It was in a nice home. There were 6 chicks. I'd never done a presentation. I don't know jack about skincare. And there's 3 estheticians. And I'm like, well, this is gonna be fun. And I'm like, here, this is a toner. You know what these things do? Like, I literally was like, I'm pretty sure it tones. That's what I said. That's what I said. You know, and they literally were like, felt bad for me, and they were like, here, let me show you. And then what's funny because one of the girls there had some pretty bad breakouts, and the esthetician was like, okay, here's this, and she tried. They're like, oh yeah, this is good, and they smell stuff. And they're like, okay, this is good. So do this, do this, do this. The chick bought. The esthetician sold the chick in the room, you know, right? And she was explaining to me how you do it. She was like, do the finger with the pinky finger when you do the eye stuff. I learned all that shit in the living room. You know? I didn't know any of it. I didn't know. Here's what I knew. You put these products on people, they wanted them. How did I know that? Because they sold $1 billion worth of it in the mall to people that didn't want to buy it when they walked by. But when they got you to stop and see it and experience it, they were like, oh, that stuff works. I want it. So I focused on this stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I know now. But even today, I'm very hesitant. I know now for my own confidence. But I don't go out there and be like, oh, you're a new Christian? Let me teach you everything I know. No, okay? So, anyway. Moving on. Moving on. Focus on demonstration. Focus on demonstration. You'll make a lot more money that way, and then your story's more impressive. So, well, people want to know how much, how fast. So, it doesn't have to be huge. It can be, it's a few hundred. Hey, I do a few hundred. I'm on my way. Okay. So, yeah, other questions? Yeah.
Developing leadership.
Developing leadership. Ho ho ho. Developing leadership. So part of the reason why I ask questions, I'll tell you later. It's actually a trick, but we'll find out in a minute. What else do you want to know? I'm just trying to see, kind of like, because I have stuff I want to tell you, but I also want to know what you want to know, because some of you are stuck, and there's something you're stuck on, and I want to get you unstuck, so we can move. Yeah.
I want to know what you want to tell us.
I will tell you what I want to tell you. I'm excited to see what I'm going to say.
It's probably just a personal issue, but
yeah, no, I guarantee it's probably not.
Okay, getting people to commit to the product and stay on it, you know, instead of
That's a personal issue for sure, right? Yeah, super personal. No, everybody's okay. So stay consistent.
Yeah.
Basically, consistent on the product.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Get some stuff on that. Anything else? Yeah.
I think this is kind of in line with what he just said, but it's just regarding follow-up.
Follow-up. Yeah. Those go hand in hand for sure. Follow-up. Yeah.
And maybe it's the same as my husband and her, but when to stop calling people? Because I'm tired of.
It's in the same category, yeah. So I'm gonna time-wise. What time do we go till?
Whatever you want.
Your time.
My time, yeah, whatever time I go. Yeah, so I appreciate that. It means a lot for me. Just to take a side note as I go into this, I thank you for giving me the platform for me to do something that I really enjoy.
Thank you.
I love teaching. I like it. It's something that I've done since I was young. I started teaching dance classes when I was 15, and I love being able to show somebody something and them get excited about something and be able to do something that maybe they thought they never could do. And I found teaching entrepreneurship and teaching people how to create results in their life, because having people come and say, oh my God, because of what you taught me, I'm now a stay-at-home parent. My kids sleep better tonight because of you, and it's just like, oh God, you're like, ugh. And seeing that kind of stuff. So I appreciate the opportunity to train. I hope there's things today that I'm going to share with you that you can take with you that are valuable for you. I don't know, but today I might say something that's not for you. I understand that. Not everything I'm going to say is going to fit exactly for you. I look at clothing. If you go to the store, try it on. If it fits, take it home. If it doesn't, leave it here. Okay, for you. But anyway, as I'm going through, I can only give you experiences that I've had that I think that were able to help me. So some of the things I'm going to just point you in some certain directions of some resources that can help you, because there's some other things I want to get into, but I want to make sure that you have at least something that helps you with those things. For follow-ups, a couple things that I would say is if you go to YouTube, and you type in Jesse MacPherson. I'm just spelling my name for you. There's no I in Jesse. That's for a girl. And my last name is MacPherson. MacPherson. So Jesse MacPherson. And you type in follow-up. I have a little video on there. It's like 5 minutes long. And it's a little system that I've used that's been very effective for me. It's very cheap. It's called Fort Knox in a box. You basically get an index card box, costs about $1. Get some index cards, costs about $1. Get little dividers, costs about $1. So it's a super expensive system. And what I learned to do is how to follow up and how to do it the right way. Now I'm going to answer your question and kind of your question simultaneously. Watch the video to give you the structure. It's basically like a rolling 30-day window. So if someone says call me in 3 days, you just put them in 3 days from now. And then you get to let go and be a mom, be a dad, be a husband, be a wife, and not have to have all this clutter around in your brain. And then you wake up in 3 days from now, you check your box to follow up with, and you're like, oh yeah, I got to follow up with these 5 people. And it just makes it simplifies, because a lot of times people get overwhelmed with all this stuff, especially as they start really building it, and then they're like, oh, it's taking up too much time. When it's really not, you're just thinking about it too much. Okay? So it's a system that's worked for me very well. Anytime I want to go recruit, that's what I go do, and then bam, it happens. But following up, what I normally do is double the days. So by double the days, I mean, like, say if I call you, you don't call me back, I call you in 2 days. Call you in 2 days, you don't call me back, 4 days. 4 days, 8 days. 8 days, 16. 16, 32. 32, 64. So basically like a month, 2 months, 4 months, you know. So that. Now that's more for cold market. When I'm meeting somebody that I'm in communication with, if it's a friend. One of the challenges I see people do is they get in this profession, they get weird. And the only reason why I know this is because I was one of those guys. I got super weird. And when I mean super weird was I got obsessed over my goals. And I just didn't understand why people didn't want to go be successful. It was weird to me. So like, I was like, hey, there's this thing. And they just didn't get it. And that's cool. Not everything's for everybody. And I get that now. But in the beginning, it was aggravating. You know, because I had some people say, oh, that's never going to work, or those things don't work. How many guys have gotten that? You know, right? So, oh, yeah, direct sales, network marketing, or even some people are so ignorant, oh, it's a scam. And it's like, oh, my God, I want to punch him in the face. You know, now, and the reason now, but in the beginning, it used to hurt. And I got concerned in the beginning until I started reading up on it and understanding what it is. Having someone tell you direct sales is a scam would be like, you know, you come back from the gym and they're like, the gym's a scam. And they're like, what do you mean? Well, how much did you pay to sign up? I don't know, like $150. You have to pay every month? Yeah. Is it auto ship? Yeah. Do they scammed you? What do you mean? And be like, well, my friend signed up last year. Look at him. He's still not in shape. You know? Doesn't make any sense. It's not the gym's fault. If you pay and don't go, it doesn't work. Right? But there's a lot of people that do that, right? They sign up, don't go. Nothing changes, and they blame the gym. Stupid LA Fitness. Charged me again this month. Right? Okay. So now it's not the gyms don't work. It's not the Seacret doesn't work. It's people. People don't work. Okay? I mean that's what it is. Okay? But regardless of that, on a side note, the reason why I'm bringing it up, and I promise you I'm coming back to where we're going. But that was the experience is that when people didn't get it in the beginning, I got like I was hurt. And then I got angry because I knew how good it was, and then when they didn't get it, I started getting defensive. So it was like I turned into like secret defender man, you know, right? They're like, oh, it's a scam. It's like, no, it's not. No, you're in a scam. You're a scam. Your job's a scam. You're at the bottom of that pyramid. You'll never be at the top. You know, like that didn't work either. My cousin didn't talk to me for like 6 months, you know, because I just got, you know, because I was passionate about it, of course, but. You know, it's kind of like if every day I call you and I talk to you about the games, football, and then all of a sudden every day I call you and I'm talking about secret. They're like, what happened to my friend? Like, now it's okay to get obsessed about stuff. Just remember, not everyone's going to understand why. Now, I wasn't obsessed about Seacret. It wasn't like I was obsessed about direct sales. I was obsessed about my goals, about finding something that could give me the freedom I was looking for. And I wanted to share it so much with people, and those that didn't get it, it was aggravating. Okay? So, for those of you guys that are in that boat, I get it. It's frustrating. I got it. Okay? So, and one thing that I will share with you with your friends, if you feel like you are bothering them or pressuring them or whatever, say that. Why? Because it's the truth. Christian, my buddy, he's avoiding me for 3-4 days. I call him up. Don't talk about Seacret. Hey man, what are you doing for the game? Friends first. Otherwise you join the NFL. No friends left. Friends first. Okay? But what I mean by that is, if I'm concerned, here's what I'll say. Christian picks up, ring. Hello? Christian, hey, it's Jess. Hey, listen, man. I just want to give you a buzz because I love you, and I know I showed you Seacret a couple weeks ago or whatever, and you said you wanted to get some more information or you were interested, and I followed it a couple times. I feel like I'm kind of like stalking you a little bit and pressuring you, and the only reason why is because I'm obviously excited, as you know, and I would love to partner with you, and I just don't know if you want to really get more information, you've been busy, or you really just don't know how to tell me it's not for you. And I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring you into something that's not for you, because I love you, and I don't want anything that I do in business to affect our relationship, because that's first to me. Make sense, yeah? Yep. You want how that works? Because it's the truth. So, how many of you guys have someone you're scared to call because you're scared they're going to say no? Tell them that! Michael, listen, I've been scared to call you because I got something really exciting that I've been working on, but I'm just afraid you're going to think it's not for you, but I really just want to share it with you to see. Okay. Okay. Your friend that you think is super negative, let's call him up and be like, listen, I found something that's probably not for you because you're super negative. But you might know some positive people. Maybe not do that, but you get what I mean, right? So, tell the truth. Now, here's the thing. I don't like scripts. I like guidelines so you kind of have some ideas as to what to say. But be yourself. So, be yourself, but be the excited version of yourself. Okay? Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, don't be, like, some of you guys, like, don't be me. I'm weird. You guys got that? Well, my friends knew I was weird. So if I was weird, it wasn't weird. That was normal. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, okay. So be yourself. Like if Christian, is like my bro, and every time I call him up, and I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? That's how. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, bro? And this time I call him, I'm like, is Christian there? Like, something's wrong, Have you been kidnapped? Press 7. So, just so true. I look back at my beginning of my career, and oh my God, the stupid stuff I did. Now, what's funny is it's what made me who I am today. I just messed up, and you figure it out. And that's gonna be a lot of what you're gonna do. I can teach you exactly how to do it right. You're gonna mess it up. Why? Because that's part of the learning process. We get sitting here all day long and talk about how to shoot a basketball. But until you get on that court and pick up that ball and you start throwing it up at that ring, and it's going to be ugly in the beginning. And you're going to miss, then you'll make it, and then you think you got it, and you don't. And then you just keep doing it, and then you kind of get used to it. You start to develop a ratio. As Jim Rohn would say, you make up in numbers what you lack in skill. Right? But you'll develop a ratio. Okay, shoot 10, make 1. Shoot 10, make 1. Shoot 10, make 2. What's happening? You're getting better. And who can get better? Anybody. Alright? So, but yeah, ask them about the truth. Double the days is normally what I would do. Watch that follow-up system. It's a very simple follow-up system. It's cheap, it's easy, it's effective. Everybody I know that's implemented it gets great results. And the main reason why I think they get good results is because it gets all the clutter out. And you can focus on being a person instead of all this stuff, Because I remember coming home and it's like, I would see a napkin from someone I met or a business card, and it's like, John. It's John. And you just don't remember it all. So it's hard. It's hard to remember it all. So I didn't have to remember it all because my card did. And then that way, when it was time to follow up, and I got to that day, and I forgot about it for a week, and I picked it up, I was like, I was excited to call John back. So, and then I got to call John because I wrote down his wife's name, and I was like, hey, how's Shirley? He remembered my wife's name. I didn't, my card did. So, it's a good system. But tell the truth. But friends first. And if you feel it, they probably do too. Because remember, it's more how you feel about it that's going to, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, your feeling always gets admitted. So if you feel like it's like that, then say that. Say, I'm concerned that I might be coming across this way. Because I feel like I am. Now, if that's the case, let me know. Because I love you. I'm excited about this, and I would love to partner on with you this, and here's why. But if it's not for you, I love you no matter what.
Yes.
And the only thing I would ask if it's not for you is if you know somebody you think it could be for it, let me show them. And if that, I still love you. Okay? Questions? Little mini trainings inside of these questions. Yeah.
Maybe like social media?
Social media, good question. Yeah. Social media. These guys are social media kings. They built huge social media companies. The Rosario brothers. MIH Marketing, you can take a look at some of their social media stuff that they're doing. Most of social media is what not to do. Here's what not to do. Don't go publicly post pretty much anything regarding to, I started a business, who wants to join me? Personal message me. Don't spam your contacts.
Right.
It's gross, ugly, and I will insta-block you. Okay? So, and what I mean by that is, think about how, for me, I love social media as it's an attraction tool. So you want people to be attracted by what you're putting out to what you're up to and what you're doing. So post things that might be attractive. Be very positive, of course, about all that stuff. Most times people post negative crap. So if I want to communicate with somebody through social media, I'll do it personal, through personal messaging. I'm never going to post on their wall, hey, check this out. Because remember, it's not about mass marketing, it's about relationships. So, and I don't want to violate anyone's trust or anyone's network or anything because I'm trying to spam their contacts. Now, I'm not saying that's what you're asking, but for me, the right way to do it would be to personally connect with them. Hey, I thought of you, something I wanted you to check out. Or, hey, what have you been up to? Are you open to? Or, hey, what do you use for your skincare? I found this great thing. Take a look. Because all I really wanted to do is take a look. Here's your job as a secret agent. Okay? There's people that don't know about Seacret. Your job is to take them from not knowing about Seacret to knowing about Seacret. Ta-da! So we're not the messengers. We're not the messenger. We're the messengers. That's all we are. Our job is to let them take a look. Okay? I'm not here to sell anybody. If people say, "Oh, you focus on recruiting," I don't focus on recruiting. I focus on showing people Seacret, and they can decide what they want. I show everybody, and then I collect decisions. Here's what Seacret is. What made more sense to you, the products or the business? You tell me. Now, what I found out is if you're being a good messenger of the products and letting them try the products, experience the products, enjoy the products, and they like the products, and they know people who have skin, and you show them how it can be simple, easy, and fun, a lot of times they're like, well, the business looks pretty good too. Okay? Now, you learn those things as you go. But outside of that, other questions? No? That's it?
Wait, so you're done with everything we already...
No, I'm not done. Some of them I'm about to talk about because I knew I was going to talk about them, so I'm saving them. The ones that I didn't think I was going to talk about, I'm trying to answer them now. So, or I'll include them in somewhere. Or not. We'll find out. It'll be interesting. I'm waiting for my question, but I'll learn all of it.
So during the overview, you talked about the S4S.
Yes.
And, from what I've heard, and just FYI, I've been a secret agent for about a month, a couple of days.
I don't think this stuff racist.
Oh, wow, dude.
Anyway, continue.
I use those Mr. Sketch things, and if that's a Mr. Sketch, I can help you.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've heard about this, and my understanding, as you presented just at the end of the overview, is that is like one of the fastest ways to really make something happen.
Yes.
So my question really is related to, it's connected to this whole idea that this is an emerging market, that this literally is like wide open.
Yes.
Okay. And my understanding is that the S4S process of our system was, only recently, like 6 months, 7 months ago introduced. Is that not true?
Yeah, it was just put in a 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what I've been doing the last 3 years?
Wow
parties. You know, so instead of just saying, wow parties, go. You know, some people are like, I need a little more structure, you know. So, okay, how many? 2 a week, at a minimum. Well, how many people? Well, 3. For how long? 4 weeks. You know, obviously that's not the end all, but that's a good starting place. So it's not that I mean, as far as a structure, it was just a way for people to go, okay, I can remember 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 parties a week, 3 guests per party, 4 weeks in a row, and get my stuff. And I know that if I do that, I'm going to put this many product on this many people. So does it have to happen? Does it happen exactly like that a lot of times? No. You might have one party with 6 people. Rock on. So
what was
I was doing 2 a day. I mean, for those of you guys that are serious, I mean, it's just like, she was saying, we, did you hear what she said? We, meaning her and her group, are doing a wild party win every day.
Every day.
Some of you guys are like, I have one planned for February. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's so weird. Like, no, I gotta prepare. No, you don't. Okay, right? You can. Just don't expect people to be excited about your results. They'll be excited about the results of the products, but if you want to attract people to the business side, because like the same people that are going to show up in 3 weeks are going to show up in 3 hours to your house. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. Come over. I want to show you some stuff. It's going to be fun. Okay. Hey, are you at home? Yeah. I'm coming over. Okay. That's what I did. Hey, Jake, are you at home right now?
Yep.
Hey, I'm going to swing by. I got something I got to show you. It's really fun.
Nice.
Okay. I know I'm making light of something simple, but the reason why is that what I want you guys to do is stop complicating. Okay? Stop overcomplicating. Now, can we get complicated? Yeah, I can make it super complicated if you want. I can. I promise you I can. But that doesn't help you. So what I want is simple, right here. This is where you live. This is where you live. Why? Because anybody can do this. Right here in the phone booth. You guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, how many of you guys seen the movie Hitch? Yeah. Okay, all right. Will Smith is trying to teach Albert Brenneman, you know, Hitch, how to dance. Right? And he's like, no, I got that covered. And he does all this random weirdo stuff, and you're like the Q-tip, and you're like, what the heck are you doing? Don't ever do that again. You know, right? So he's like, no, this is where you live, like right here. So it's keeping it that simple where everyone can feel like they can participate. That's why people say, why do you get so many recruits? Because if you can make it simple enough for people to feel like they can participate, and they will. They'll want to. They'll get excited about it. So I'm going to answer on a side note, unless there's a further set. I feel like there's another part to that question.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I didn't get.
I didn't let you finish. Sorry, I jumped in there and I was like, I was talking to them. I was talking to you. I was talking to you.
I could have sworn I heard you. But
Yeah. Right. So,
my ears.
So yeah.
No.
Second
what was
part of
behind
that.
it was really, from your perspective,
Yes.
with an S4S approach.
Yes.
In an emerging market at
Yes.
this point.
Yeah.
Just like killing it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. S4S is geared for the part-timer. So we're talking about, 10 hours. How long does it take to do a party? 2 hours.
2 hours.
How long does it take to invite to a party? Let's say I gave you an hour. Now, brilliant what you did. I wish I could take credit for it. Maybe you'll heard it on a CD because I train on when you invite, ask if they're available first. Yeah. What are you doing Sunday at 6? Nothing? Invite. If they're busy, I'll call you later. Because I'd rather you spend a minute inviting 60 people than 60 minutes inviting one person. Or 10 minutes inviting 6. If the point of it is an invitation, not a presentation, I'm just trying to see if you're available to come check it out. If you're not available, why am I talking to you? Doesn't make any sense. Okay? Are you available Sunday at 6? Yes? Perfect. Invite. They can't say I'm not available. They just said they're not doing anything, you know? So, simple. Brilliant. Okay? And that was something it took me like 5 years of my career to learn. You know, like 5 years in my direct sales, and then I learned. I was like, why didn't someone tell me this when I was new? Anyway, but as far as it's part-time, that's about 10 hours a week. Less than that, really. Take a look at it. What do you do? 2 parties a week, that's 4 hours, plus even an hour to invite. That's 6 hours a week to do 2 parties and invite a few people over. Okay? Even if your ratio is 25%, you invite 12, get 3. Yeah. Now, people say, I don't want to have parties at my house every week. Don't have them at your house. Have them at someone else's house. Line up with an agent here. Do it. I don't care where you do it. Just get 3 people, product on them. Okay? I'm not obsessed where you do it. We've done wild parties in everywhere. Dorm rooms, vans, You know, down by the river. I mean, everywhere. Here's a wow party when people are trying our products. You know, if it's one person, it's a one-on-one. If it's more than one, it's a party. I don't care when. We were like, well, let's do emergency parties. Here's what we found out. Ratios at parties 24 hours later were higher than 24 days later.
Yep.
Every time. Why? Because the people that are going to show up tomorrow were the same people showing up in 24 days. But what's interesting is that the people that you invited to come in a week from now and 2 weeks from now, guess what you got to do? Remind them anyway. So why not remind them, just call them to come tomorrow? So, now, here's what's interesting. All of you are listening. Some of you are nodding. Okay? But there's only about 5 of you that will actually, when you get out of here, invite people over to your house tomorrow. So this is the issue with our profession. You don't have to do anything. Okay? The failure rate inside of direct sales is enormous. It's huge. People say, why? Don't teach my new people that it's like a lot of people fail. No. I'm going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly. Here's what's exciting. I wanted to know, why did some people make a little bit, and why did some people make a lot? And then why do a lot of people not make anything? Okay? Here's the thing. There's no barrier to entry. A couple $100 and a pulse will let you in. Yeah. There are people applying for minimum wage jobs that will not get hired. We'll take them. Now, I'm not saying that as a negative. I'm saying it as a positive. Because we'll take anybody that has strong work ethic and built and say, look, we don't care about your age, your ethnicity, your background, your education. None of that matters to us here. We're looking for what if you think you're worth more, prove it. You know, you have an ID number. You send in business, we pay you. Okay? So prove it. Go out there. Go to work. This isn't a trading time for money. Okay? You get paid for results produced. You produce results, we pay you. Okay? So that's one of the reasons I love it. At the same time, though, you got to remember, no barrier to entry, meaning anybody can join. Anybody can join. Now, here's the second part as to why the failure rate is very high. What I mean the failure rate is not really a failure rate, is that most don't start. Failure to launch type of thing. Okay? And what I mean by failure to launch is that training is optional. Name any profession where anybody can join, no barrier to entry, and training is optional. That doesn't exist. No wonder. I mean, shoot, the amount of people that go through real estate school who graduate that don't sell a house is ridiculous. Let alone if you just let them join it and get a license for $200 with no training. And nobody wants to get, imagine, I'm just thinking, imagine you had to go to the hospital and the doctor's like, well, we're going to try this out today, see what happens. You know? That's not a profession that I would like where training is optional. Right? But here it is. Did you have to be here today? No, you chose here. Some of you got drug here. I'm glad you did. Okay. But what I mean is this, is that and the reason why it resonated so much for me was because in dance, training is optional. But you knew if you weren't sharpening your axe, game over. You had to be constantly improving. And you were always training, always training, always training, always training, always training. And I don't know why I see so many people get into the space where it's like they get started and they don't know. You'll earn while you learn, for sure. But showing up and learning the skills and becoming a professional. Amateurs make amateur money, professionals make professional money. Makes sense. So decide to go pro. Does that take time? Yes. You're going to be bad. How did you learn how to walk? Fall. Got it. How'd you learn how to ride a bike? Fall. Got it. How'd you learn how to talk? Goo, ga. Hello. So I'm going to give you a resource. I'm going to give you a resource of mine. I know I'm strange and I'm weird. I got it. As you want to think your business is, I want to give you an emerging market. All these things. This is great. Cold market, mindset, a lot of this stuff. Consistently, social media, following up. Creating consistency. I have no idea what I wrote there. Oh, developing leaders. I have 2 audio programs. If you like my stuff, you can download. They're pretty much two of the programs I'm probably the most proud of that I've created. It's basically where I get to take like decades of stuff and compress it into days that you can listen to. Just listen to it while you're driving in your car, listen to it while you're working out. The website you can download both of them is secretstart.com. The first training is a 4-hour training on getting started. How to get started, what to focus on, what to pay attention to, what to avoid, what to look for. And it's me and Joe Valenzuela, some of you guys know, down in San Diego Marketplace. We do these trainings. They're live events we recorded and edited in the studio to be able to deliver what we felt is the most important thing for new people to really look for. We just 2 weeks ago uploaded, actually it might even be less than that, 2 weeks ago uploaded the second training that we just finished, which is our advanced network marketing training. And it's 8 hours of how to be a badass. It's like, it's everything that I could possibly teach you for those that want to become a professional. All the little nuances, not the how-tos, how to do the how-tos. Like, how is it you see some people do something and it seems so easy? Like, what did they learn? Like, and it's every topic that you possibly ever want to know. It's 27 topics. Everything from connecting, building bridges, how to ask the right questions, overcoming every objection you'll ever hear. Live calls where we take a new agent, bring them on stage, write a list, and physically call and set appointments from their list. You get to hear the calls live, 2 people. How to call on your downline, how to do cold market, how to get a phone number from anyone, follow-up systems. It's how to, now if you're new, don't listen to that. It's like feeding steak to babies. You'll die. All right. Start with the first one. Get your first promotion. If you're new, focus on your first promotion. So basically, if you're new, here's your idea. First things first, second things never. Okay. Oh, here's the training CD. So, you can download it. It's a zip file that has all the MP3s in it. If you have no idea how to do that, just find a 12-year-old. They'll hook you up. It's so true, though, right? Okay. So anyway, that's definitely not coming off. So anyway, here's your training. In other words, what we want to do is taking people from not knowing to knowing. I'll give you a couple of systems here. So a lot of these things will be answered in that. So as a resource for you, and hopefully it can be something that can help you. Outside of that, I want to make sure that there's a couple of main goals, a couple of activities, and talking about emerging markets, and then I want to give you a couple of real-life examples that made this stuff true for me. Because it's one thing to say, hey, go do this, go do this, go do this, go do this, and I want to share with you how it happened. Now, my journey in Seacret is a little bit different than most of you. If this is your first experience in direct sales, or you hadn't created success in direct sales yet, or maybe you just hadn't been committed or wrong vehicle or whatever it is, you can't compare my experience here with Seacret usually to yours, especially if this is your first opportunity that you've built or decided to actually truly build. What I mean is you can't compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 20. Okay, so I'm going to relate a lot of my stories of what I did to become successful in this profession, not to what I did in Seacret. The reason why is because I already knew what to do when I got to Seacret. There wasn't a question. Because I spent 9 years in the previous company building a network. So when I got here, I didn't know the products, but I knew how to network. And my Rolodex was stupid big. So when I got started when I was 19, I had like 50 people in my phone. Now I've got 2,700 contacts in my phone. Why? Because if you're networking for 9 years on purpose, you just meet everybody. So my list was very different. Now a lot of times, well, you signed up a lot of people in Seacret that had experience in network marketing. Yeah. It wasn't on purpose. When I got started, when I got started in the profession, make a list of everyone you know. They were either a dancer or in college. When I got started in Seacret, guess what I did? Made a list of everyone I know. After 9 years in network marketing, guess who almost everybody I knew was in network marketing? It wasn't like I went after network marketers. Everybody I knew was in network marketing. Okay? So, is this making sense? Yeah. So what I focused on in the beginning was focused on leading with the product to show why the business was so great. Demonstration, 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 demonstration. Result. Let the product speak for themselves. Let them do the heavy lifting. Now, in the beginning, what will generally happen is you'll be able to lean on the confidence of the products while you're developing confidence in the business. See, for me, it's easy to sign people up because I know it works. If you don't know it works, like in your cells, in your bones, sometimes it's a little bit harder. because people are going to join people who know where they're going. Now, here's why a lot of you it's easier to get customers than get recruits, is because you know the products work. Because you get to see it and experience it, so your confidence is up. Okay? So, and that might be in the beginning. You'll gain more customers than you will enrollments, and that's okay. So you'll learn it as you go. Hang on one sec. Hold tight for me, okay? Because otherwise, who knows where we'll go. Okay. So anyway, this is.
That's not going to work. You keep doing the same thing. So you want me to get some soap and water?
No.
Because that's the only thing that's going to get.
I don't need it. I was just actually playing around and being stupid. I honestly don't need it. Okay? So here's what I'm doing. What I want to show you guys here outside of the CD set is this. So S4S, you guys have heard this? Okay. If you haven't heard it, there's a video in the back office in the boot camp. I think I do it. I think I do it. I think it's me. On S4S. It's very simple. Okay. Number one is get your kit. Okay. Now your special agent set or now your pro set. Okay. So invest in your business, which is yourself. Invest. Get your products. It's easier to make your money back with a large package than a small package, by the way. So you're like, are you sure? Okay. Because you're leaving so much money on the table because people don't buy what they don't try. And if you don't have the green line, especially the anti-aging, which is the best-selling products that we have, people don't buy it. And you can't get a little kit, and when someone's looking at you being like, what should I do? Well, you should get the big kit. But I got the little kit. And I really want you to think about the behavior. People do what you do, not what you say. But if you told me that, I would for sure not join you. Because I want to follow leaders, not followers. So I want to know who I'm getting in business with. Right? So second thing is this. 2 parties a week. At your house, someone else's house, a friend hosting a party, another agent, where you're going and you're bringing your products. I don't care. I don't know for me. But get into a couple living rooms a week. 3 guests. 3 guests. And for 4 weeks. Now, at the end of this, what's really happened? You put product on 24 people. Now, here's the numbers I like. How many guys agree with me if you put these products on 24 people and they literally get to try all of our products in that type of setting, like 30, 40 minutes? Half of them for sure are bundle and saving, true? Yes. I mean, all day long, right? Okay? All right? So half of them. That means you got 12. 12 VIPs, you're in the VIP pool. Okay? You're getting a ton of free product. You're getting commission on all that stuff. And you're going to have about 20% of them that are going to join as an agent. Now, in the beginning, you might be a little lower than that, and that's okay. It might be 1 at a time. It might be even a little bit lower than that. It might be 1 out of 20. It's okay. You can get better, and who can get better? Anybody. Some of you guys are like, why does everyone know that? We're not weird, I promise. Inside your agent kit, there's a CD. Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business. If you haven't listened to that, listen. It's the only CD we send you. The only one. The only. Again, training's optional. You know how many people call me to complain about how they're not having success and they haven't cracked open their kit and read the blueprint? Why? No barrier to entry, training's optional. So, here's the thing I found out. If you follow it, it works. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, so. Now, outside of that, S4S, this is the action. Here are the goals. Goals. These are your target points that you're looking to hit. Okay? Your first goal inside of Seacret is to become a what?
Superstar.
Superstar. Okay? Superstar, superstar, superstar. Should we just like create superstars? Okay? So superstar. Your next goal is what?
Make them superstar.
Executive. Okay? Executive. This is a new rank that was added. Amazing, simple, easy rank to hit. You can go do it with 2 people. Pro pack left, pro pack right. Boom, you're an executive. Okay? So you can literally, off 2 and pro packs, you literally go star, superstar, and executive. You hit your first 3 ranks off of the same 2. So you can jump. So executive. Now, if you're already an executive, what should the goal be for you? A lot of people would say, well, the next rank, bronze. I would beg to differ. I would focus your time on breaking executives. See, what I found out is if you take the goal off of you, Zig Ziglar said it best, helping up people get what they want, you get everything you want, right? So what I found is that usually people work harder for other people than they will for themselves, number 1. But number 2, service. Service to many leads to greatness. Serve, 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 serve. So you got these new people that have gotten started. Obviously, they got you to executive. So help them get to executive. By default, if you help someone on your left go executive, and someone on your right go executive, you have to go bronze. Because for them to have 1,000 points and 1,000 points, that's a total of a minimum of 2,000. How much do you need on your left for bronze? 2,000. How much do you need on your right for bronze? 2,000. So focus on executive. This right here, now you can focus on superstars. Either or, that's fine. I'm not really attached to it. Superstars or executives. I just like executive because it sounds very sexy. No, but because it's new, the watch, and it's simple, and you can do it with the same two people. Okay? So superstar, executive, knock those things out. Yes?
Can you do it with existing?
100%. Okay? Go executive?
Do it with existing your people on the left and right. Can you do it with them?
Yes. Now,
upgrade.
100%. Now, in order to go superstar, okay, you need to have 300 points, 300, 300. If you're new, don't worry. We'll make sure you know how to do it, okay? So I'm going to get there in a second. I'm going to kind of close out with it. I just want to make you focused on this real quick, okay? So executive, breaking executives, executives, executives. The next goal for you is either going executive or breaking executives. And in focusing on breaking executives and going out there and doing S4S, this is the activity, just so you guys know. This is not a goal. This is the activity. As an example, if you're going to lose weight, the goal would be this much body percent fat, this much, I weigh this much. The activity would be this many reps, you guys get it, right? Run on the tread, do this many, this much cardio. That's the activity to get to the result. So the result we're looking to get to, the goals here, executive. The next thing that you should be looking at is getting on the cruise. Okay? So we've got a cruise to Catalina and to Baja, Mexico. It's so funny because the Southern California crew was like, why are we going to Catalina? Isn't that like a little pit stop? Yeah, it's not a cruise to Catalina. If you got your flyer there, it's actually a cruise to Baja, Mexico. Catalina's a stop on the way there. So anyway, I don't know why the marketing team was like, Catalina, and everyone in California was like, why aren't we going to Catalina again? So it's a cruise. It's a 3-day cruise. So that you get to win. Now there's 2 ways to win the contest. Yeah, you should be fired up. So, okay. If you're not fired up, your wood is wet. You need to get some jacked up, fired up, psyched up, and go out and get rich. Okay. So on the cruise, you got executive. Then what you got here is you've got the Mission Catalina. There's 2 ways to do it. You can do it off of points, or you can do it off of rank. Now, what rank do you need to hit in order to go? Silver. Now, how many points on the left do you need for silver? 8,000. How many on the right? 8,000. How many points is an executive? 2,000, because they need 1,000, right? So that means 4 left, 4 right, cruise. Yes. Okay, nobody else got it. We're going to have an amazing time, by the way. So for those of you guys, first of all, we're going to ruin cruises for the rest of your life.
Yes.
I just to show you know, you'll never go on a cruise again and have fun. Because you'll be remembering what it was like to cruise with hundreds of secret agents. Where you take, anyway, I'm going to tell you guys, we launched a promotion last year to go on a cruise trip, and we took like 80 people on a cruise. I know some of the guys here were on it.
79 and a half.
79 and a half, because Jake was there. Okay. Jake's got a video from it. It's the same cruise, because they saw the success that happened off of it, and they were like, let's do it for the whole company. So when we did it, it's ridiculous, because we take over the whole dining room. Everyone on the cruise either joins us or hates us. Because we just everywhere. The karaoke, take it over. Right? The club, take it over. We shut it down every night. It's just, anyway. I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to do it. So hitting the rank of silver, or getting it off of points. Now, what's the minimum points that you need to qualify for the cruise?
120.
120. Now, some of you guys, how do you get points? Right here. Okay. The easiest way to get points, obviously, when you get somebody started as an agent with a set, a package. Now, when you get somebody started with our pro set, how many points do you get? 26. So here's, I want you to write this in notes. I win a cruise by enrolling 5 agents with a professional set by March 8th. If you sign up 5 people with a professional set by March 8th, you win the cruise. Or you can go silver. Take your pick. Or go do both. So this is the main focal point. So the first goal, superstar, then get to executive real fast. Focus on helping people go executive, go win your cruise, come party with us. And then lastly, movement. Is getting every single person that you know to our movement convention.
Yes.
Okay, this is it. I'm going to come back to movement here in a little bit. It's everything. Our convention, how do I explain this? The entertainment value alone that you're going to get in Vegas is insane. I mean, you're spending, just to go see at the Luxor, go see the Jabberwockies is a lot of money, but outside of that, we have our after party on Saturday night at the SLS Hotel, the brand new hotel in Vegas, at the Foxtail, state-of-the-art club. I'm not going to tell you who's going to be DJing and performing that night because that's secret stuff that nobody knows about yet. And that's not a cliche because it's secret. It really is. Nobody knows yet because I'm involved in helping the entertainment stuff that's happening. But normally you take a look at what it would take to get to a club and bottle service and all that kind of stuff in Vegas. I mean, we're talking hundreds, thousands of dollars usually for stuff like this that you're going to get just because you have a ticket for the convention. All of it is included. What? Anyway, but the information that you're going to get there, forget the enjoyment. You're going to have a blast. Okay? I mean, when I talk about a blast, it will be a very memorable experience. But getting a chance to meet the community who is Seacret that you're part of, and be able to get that transfer, because what happens is it's almost like, sometimes especially when you're in an emerging market, you feel like it's me. But when you go there, it's like a bit of everybody comes back with you, and it's like, we go with you. So it's like, you're not asking somebody to join you, you're asking them to join us. It's just a different experience. You come back like 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And just like, you might even say the same things, but people hear different things. Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's just this posture about you. Some of you like this fire in their eyes where they like, dang, I gotta do this, because I don't want to get left behind. Now, outside of that, when you go, the information, it's like compressing decades of information into a couple of days that you can learn at this event. And if you are a serious entrepreneur, this is where you would be. Now, for those of you guys that are looking to make $100, you don't have to go. For those of you guys that are looking for financial freedom, it's not optional. It's not. It's not. And it would be me a disservice to say, Christian, yes, you can be a stay-at-home dad. Your kids are going to be great. Work's going to be taken care of. It's family, you're going to be taken care of, but you don't have to come to a convention. I know you're busy and you got childcare issues and all these kind of things. I know it's tough. So, but again, I know you can be successful and you don't have to do this. It's like saying you want to be a professional fighter, but you don't want to get hit. Those things aren't congruent. Does that make sense? I'm setting him up for false expectations. Okay? Look, and here's the thing. If someone said, I'm just not going to co-sign on someone's failure. If you're going to choose not to go, I want you to understand you are choosing not to be financially independent with Seacret. Okay? Now, I know some of you guys are like, that sounds rough. I know, I got it. It's rough. It is. So is life. Life is sometimes rough, sometimes challenging. Sacrifices need to be made. I get it. All right? But what you're choosing to accomplish inside of this is, how many people do you know that literally don't have to depend on anyone for the rest of their life in terms of finances? That's not most people. So you're asking for something bigger than what most have. If you're going to ask for something that big, you need to be willing to do something most aren't willing to. Okay? So you've got to find it. I mean, be resourceful. Get there. Figure it out. Okay? I don't care if it's the money, it's the time. Look, if you go and you tell me it wasn't worth it, I will personally give you all your money back. Me personally. Most of you aren't a part of my organization. On Sunday, you come to the event, you sit in all the sessions, I will write you a check for your flight, your hotel, your food, and any time you compensation from work you missed. I'm that confident in it. Okay? So, because I just know. I know what it does. Some of you guys have been to convention and you're like, hey, it is true. Now, the first time I went, they were like, it's going to be life-changing. And I was like, bullshit. Right? No. And then I went and I was like, they're so right. Because it goes from I think I can to I unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, no, I can do it. Not it can happen. It can happen for me. Jesse MacPherson, the guy sitting in my shoes, wearing these clothes, with my background, with my issues, with my broken past, can do this. Okay? I can do this. I know it. Okay? And yes, it does require work, but there's this just... Anyway, I'm moving on, because otherwise I'm going to get too excited. So I might do a toe touch. You never know. So anyway, let's move on. I'm going to wrap this up with a few stories, just to kind of give you an experience of this. And I keep looking at the whiteboard. I don't really want to write. I just am looking at it. So let me give you a couple things. So S4S. Number 1, get your kit. Number 2 is what? How many parties a week? 2. How many guests per party? 3. How many weeks in a row? 4. So keeping the main thing the main thing. I'm going to show you what I did in Seacret, but then I'm going to backtrack to stories of what created the success and the mindset that I have today. So in Seacret, my wife and I signed up. There's nothing. There's no wow party. They just developed the flip chart, and please, I'll send you that one. You will really have a fun time with that. Okay. So I got a FedEx envelope. There was no agent kit. There was no videos. The website didn't work. There was no trainings. There was no a training to go watch. Anyway, so 0. So Sunny remembers. And it was funny because when we signed up, I got an envelope, a FedEx envelope in the mail with photocopied applications and a CD that was called product training, and it was subtitled in Hebrew because it was for the kiosks. Okay, that's what we got when we signed up. We didn't have all the bells and whistles. We didn't have a back office. We didn't have any of that stuff. And what's amazing is that we didn't need it. Here's what we had. We had an amazing company, a great story, products that worked. And the only thing we needed to do is we just got in living rooms. That's all we did. So my wife and I, we did 2 parties in our first week. Okay? Back to back. And the only time we could do them, one of them was on Halloween. So we were like, oh, you're busy. I did it on Halloween. Trick-or-treaters are coming to the door while there's a mask on their face. Okay? So, I'm serious. This is not a joke. I'm not making this up. Halloween 2011 was our second. We did one the day before and one that day at my mom's house up in Thousand Oaks. So, I did 2 parties. And since then, I never did another party for myself. I started signing people up, and then we just got in living rooms and started doing parties. Okay? So some of them were amazing, some of them were a flop, some of them were great, some of them with a ton of customers, some of them with a ton of agents, some of them no-shows. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So you know you're on your way to success in this profession when you go to the house and you knock on the door for the party and the host isn't even there. That's when you know you're on your way. Okay? Some of you guys are laughing. I'll see you at 6 o'clock. I'm so excited. You show up, knock, knock, no one, lights out. Or even better, the lights are on, you knock and lights go out. So yeah, I mean, the crazy stuff happens. I get it, you know. Here's the thing: most people get so concerned with the one. For me, I was like, okay, it's a deck of cards. I'm sorting through the deck to find the aces. 52 cards, 4 aces. I don't care about the 7s, the 9s, the jacks, the queens, the drama queen, the king, the guy, the ego who knows it all. I know it all. I know what I'm doing. You don't know anything. Okay? Right? So, no, I'm looking for aces. Teachable, coachable, desire. Get it. Let's work together. Let's make it happen. Okay? So looking for aces. The rest of them, I stopped caring. Most of the questions that you'll ask me, and most of the questions that new people ask me in the beginning are, how do I deal with a 7? And I usually will entertain the question just so you feel more confident, but really, I don't at this point. They're a 7. Now, I don't mean they're a 7 as a friend, family member, as a cousin, a brother, a spouse. You know, some of you guys are sleeping with the enemy right now. Okay. So, I got too many laughs on that one. But you guys know what I mean. I don't mean that. I mean that they're not an aces, and this is not a fit for them, at least not right now. And that's okay. I just wanted to sort. Ace. Okay? So let me show you guys, okay, a couple things here. When I started. So we did our 2 parties, and then my wife and I, all we did is get in the living room because it's the only thing we knew how to do. We did 100 parties between the 2 of us in 90 days. Okay? Now it sounds like a lot. We were both full-time, and we were replacing a full-time income that we had just walked away from. A 6-figure income we had just left. Okay? So we were at 0. So basically it was like one day we're making a 6-figure income, the next day we're at 0, and my wife and I are like, let's go. So people say, why did you do that many? We had to. So we signed up people and we would schedule their first what? Schedule their first 2 parties. Okay? As close to now as possible. Like tonight. Can you get 3 people in your living room tonight? Yeah? Tonight. Now, normally it was like during the week we would do them in the evening, and then on the weekends we would normally do 3 a day, Saturday and Sunday. Okay? So, I mean, it was like 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m. And in the beginning, the first couple, we both did them, and then after that, we had to divide and conquer. So I was doing them, and my wife was doing them separately. We're both full-time builders. Okay? Now that's 100. Now what's amazing is that 100 put us in a momentum and put us over 20,000 a month very quickly, like within 5 months. Okay. So the reason why I'm sharing with you that is that that's 100. Now some of you guys are like 100 parties in 90 days. I couldn't do that. You probably are right. Now am I asking you to do 100 parties?
No.
Yeah, why not? If you're crazy, you know. So if you want 20 grand a month in 6 months, yeah. Okay. Now, for those of you that's like, that's not doable for me. I can't. I got career, I got this, I got that, I can't fit that in. Here's what I would say. 2 parties a week. Could you do that? 2 parties a week for 50 weeks, take 2 weeks off, that's 100 in a year. Too much. 1 a week. You do 100 parties in 2 years. Makes sense? You could do that, yeah. Now, you don't get as explosive results, but you will get good results. The reason why is this business, there's the tortoise and the hare. You guys have heard that expression? You know, so in that analogy, the whole thing was that the hare was cocky and took breaks and took time off, and in the end, the steady Eddie wins the race. Okay? In this profession, I want you to know that the tortoise has a slow and painful death. I'm telling you. Yeah. He gets run over 100 times. Okay? Now here's the reason why. This business is built in sprints. Okay? It's very different than the steady Eddie. Slow and steady here, it's like, it's painful. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about because you've been doing this for a little bit and you've just been doing a little bit and it's like, and it's not very exciting, it's not very motivating, and even when you get one person started, because statistically most people don't do a lot or do nothing, when you actually get one and they join the witness protection program the next day, it's devastating. You know? Like, I finally got one, and then they gave you $1,500 and the next day they don't pick up your phone call and you're like, you know, right? So, but when you're going quickly, those ones that don't do anything, you can't even pay attention to it. It doesn't matter. Because you got 100 parties to go do. What do you care? Huh? So slow and steady is challenging. It's not impossible, it's just frustrating. Okay? So here's what I would recommend doing. It's finding some time. I'm not saying don't do a little bit, but I'm saying when you want to make big money, meaning full-time income, 5,000, 10,000 or more, is find a window where you can put a concentrated amount of effort in a concentrated amount of effort into a small window. And the analogy I can give you is like if you take gunpowder and sprinkle it out from here all the way to the back of the room, and then we light it, it's going to fizzle all the way to the back. But if I take that same gunpowder and I squeeze it into a little tube, they call it dynamite, and I can literally take down this whole hotel. Same amount, different concentration. So another analogy I was given that I really enjoyed was if we go to your bathtub and fill it up with water and put your hand on one side, and over the course of an hour you move your hand from one side to the other, really, really slow, and take your hand out, what's the effect on the water? Not much. But if you take your hand and go like this and then leave, what's the effect on the water? Same distance, same activity, different timing creates different results. Okay? You could do this and go make a sandwich, come back, and stuff's still happening. So if you see the pros in this business, what they do is they have this crazy concentrated effort. You'll know when they turn on. Because they usually have this 30, 60, or 90-day run. You guys have probably heard that expression. This 90-day run, where they go 90 days of just all-out massive action. You know, whatever they want to call it. Where it's like this, where they just blitz it and they just go ham. And it's like, it's on like Donkey Kong. And they're going, here's the, like you can't get them off the phone. They glue the phone to their ear for like 60 days. And they go sit down with every human being that they can. And they go to a bunch of parties, and the momentum from that carries them forward, where they lift off. It's like a plane taking off. I mean, can you imagine at SFO? Like, you know, you get on, all right, everybody fasten your seatbelts. So, we're going to put this thing down to about 40%, see if we can get it off the ground. How many guys have no. I think you should put it full throttle, buddy. Okay. So, and that's a lot of you. you haven't gotten it full throttle, therefore it doesn't take off, and then all of a sudden you're in the Pacific Ocean and you wonder why. Okay? So, and everybody on the board is dying with you. Okay? Is so kind of graphic, sorry. But what I mean is this, is that where it's just this just nuts amount of inertia in a concentrated window that gets the thing to lift off. Once it's off, now can you, if I'm flying home, okay, do they go, is the plane full throttle all the way to Phoenix? No, once you get to cruising altitude, they throttle back, and you can carry, the same plane can stay at 35,000 feet on about 40% throttle. Because if you keep it full throttle, what happens? You run out of gas. Because here's the thing, you can't be full tilt like that for that long. You'll die. Okay? So, and you'll know, like right now my wife and I are in this crazy run. Some of you guys saw my travel schedule, where like I'm going nuts. People say, when do you see your wife? I don't. For this short window of time. So why? So I can see her every day as long as I want. Is that a sacrifice? Yes, because I know, because in order for me to get from where I am to where I want to be, to get from $40,000 a month to $4 million a year, which is what our goal is, it's very easy for me to see. Because I just said tenfold what I'm doing right now, which is 1 million purchases a year. Because right now we have about 100,000 from our network. Okay, in order for us to do it, it's right now it's a total land grab. So like I fly home tomorrow, I fly out on Monday for Ontario, then Canada, then Syracuse, then New Jersey, then Milwaukee, then Madison, and then I come home for Valentine's Day for the weekend. And look, and I don't have to. We could have stopped building Seacret a long time ago. But there's only one shot we have to be first. This is it. And I'm not missing it. I'm not missing it. Okay? Now, I haven't missed it. I hit it. I hit the thing out of the park. Okay? But there's so much more to go. Okay? Some of you haven't hit the thing yet. You're still debating. You know? You got this vehicle called Seacret, and it is a Ferrari, and you're complaining about the bugs on the windshield. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, my package came late. Oh, the this, the that. Shut up. Yes, we have issues. Yes, we have problems. Yes, we will fix them. Yes. Okay? Yes, I get it. I get it. I get it. Now, I'm exaggerating slightly because I know in the beginning it's those small things that are big issues. But I gotta get you to get the big picture here. You're sitting in the Ferrari. We're going to the mountaintop. The bugs on the windshield all will be bugs. Yes. The faster you drive, the more you'll get. Okay? What I don't want you to do is pull over and examine the bugs. And then call your upline and be like, Jermaine, there's bugs on my windshield. They're big. Lots of them, they're hitting. I know, it's just, have you ever seen bugs like this? Are there going to be more bugs as we keep going? I mean, I just don't, are you sure? I don't know, I'm thinking about going back down. I don't know if I don't know. What? Windshield wiper? That's it? Oh, okay. Like, now, I'm joking around slightly. But when the next little bump you have, I just want you to think, is this just a bug on the windshield? Okay? So, anytime you have an issue, just text that, okay? Text that to Jermaine. Just be like, bug on the windshield! So, we're on the Zap. We're on the Zap Mountain, okay? So, let me give you the last story here, and then I'll wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. Write this in your notes. Have fun. This is an attraction business. If you look stressed out of your mind doing it, it's not very attractive for people to say, yes, I can't wait to work with you. Okay? So, have fun. Everyone take a deep breath. Some of you guys haven't done that in months. Okay? Now, I know why sometimes it's like that. And the reason I'm coming back here is because most of these guys, I don't care about them, they're already in. People in the back can always quit. So, but what I mean is that as you're building this, I want you to give yourself some credit. Now, I'm saying be patient with yourself. One of the biggest challenges I see with new agents is you're so critical on yourself. I know why you are, because I was too. And it's because you really want this to work. Because you really want it to work. When it's not working as fast as you want it to work, it gets frustrating and it gets scary. What if it doesn't work? What if it can't work? What if I can't do it? What if it's not going to happen? And all that stuff starts to happen. I know. Everybody goes through that. You're not unique. None of you have a unique problem in this. All the things you're going to experience, we all went through. Jermaine went through. I went through. Christian went through. Jake went through. Okay? None of them are unique. One thing that I just want you to leave here with clarity on is that you can do it. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Is it going to be challenging? Yes. Does it require you to grow? Yes. Does it require you to do some things that you probably... 3 years ago, you told me I would be in a living room exfoliating people's faces. I would have told you you're on drugs. You know? I'm like, there's no way on God's green earth that's going to happen. But then when I saw it, and I saw the opportunity, I saw what was possible, and then I started learning, and I got educated about it, I was like, yeah, of course. Okay? Now, I do Seacret as a business, and I treat it as a business. That's why it pays me like a business. Okay? Now, as a customer, I don't do Seacret today because when I walk down the street and I see someone with wrinkles, I'm like, wrinkles. I can't deal with wrinkles. I have to get rid of wrinkles. Okay? Okay? I do it because I know how valuable the products are for people, but I know that if I build a network, what it will do for my family. Okay? I know most of you will work harder for anybody in your family more than you'll do it for yourself. So, but the one thing I want you guys to do is give yourself a little credit, give yourself some patience to be able to be bad before you're good. Okay? You're not going to be perfect. You're not. Now, for the Virgos in the room like me, that's going to drive you nuts. Okay? Because you want to be, look, don't worry about perfection, progress. Just get a little bit better, and a little bit better, and a little bit better, and a little bit better. Next year from now, you'll be good. And what's going to happen is next year from now, you're like, I got this thing. And then the next year from now, you're like, what was I even doing? And you'll always be progressing. If you're not, you're messing it up. So, Jim Rohn says it best. The winds of life blow the same on all of us. It's not the winds that determine our destination. It's the set of our sails. Right? And that's what these events are about. They're about setting a better sail today than yesterday. This week than last week. This month than last month. This year than last year. Because you can't change destination overnight, but you can change direction. But it doesn't mean the results drastically change in one day just because you decided to. The action has to follow. Now, what are the action steps inside of Seacret? You need to have a new target. What is your targets here? Movement. Okay? How many people are you going to have at movement? That is a target that you want to set. I'm not going to give you a goal, but you should come up with one, something that stretches you, something that challenges you. Okay? Next thing is get on that cruise. Get on the cruise. Get around the leadership. Associations. Get around people who have your answers instead of your problems. That for me was everything. I was forced to grow. Why? Because I put myself in an environment where people expected me to get better. They had the expectation that I would. So what did I do? I rose to the expectation. Okay? Go executive and break executives. These are your targets. What is your focal point? Is obviously parties, for sure. In an emerging marketplace, it's the only thing I would focus on is demonstrations. Now, if you can't get them to the party, what do? Take the party to them. Take the party to them. And they've got to have this now spark. Like, we got to meet when? Now. Like, when I talk to people like this, when's the closest time to now we can meet? That's a question I have asked people. People say, how do you set an appointment? Hey, Leslie, when's the closest time to now we can meet? Tonight? Okay, I'm coming over. Or where can we meet? Starbucks? What's going on? Listen, there's something I really got to show you. I don't know if it's for you or not, but I'm working on something big. Here's what I said to some of my friends. Every day that we don't meet is costing both of us money. Now here, I'm not here to convince Leslie to do Seacret. I'm here to show Leslie what Seacret is. If the products make sense, great. I got a great customer. That can probably lead me to more customers, and maybe she'll host a party. Okay? Because if she signs up, what do I want to do? Meet the people she knows. If she doesn't sign up, what do I want to do?
Meet the people she knows.
Why? Because I'm a networker. I am networking through this market. Network marketing. Okay, right? So, because of what I'm doing is I'm trying to find my aces in the deck. It may be here, it may not be here. I don't know. That's not for me to decide. It's for her to decide. But I'm looking for leaders. I'm not looking for followers. You find the shepherds, the sheep come. Okay? So in an emerging market, you don't have time for followers. They don't. Okay? What you're looking for is leaders. Now, how do you find leaders? You network. And you ask people, who do you know, who do you know, who do you know, who do you know that's better than you? Isaac said, don't make a list of people that will follow you. Make a list of people you would follow. That's different. Okay? So the people that you would follow. Now, what can you contribute? Be like, listen, you've been successful. I found something. I don't know what's for you, but you know people. I am looking to build something big, and here's why I'm doing it. Here's why I'm doing it. I'm willing to work as hard as possible for me to get this. And if you would partner up with me on this, I will do everything in my power to work as hard as I can to make sure that it's a successful venture for you. You have me. I go to work for you. And let's go. Okay? Now, this is the goal. The activities are very simple. We take people from not knowing about Seacret to
knowing about it.
Seacret. How do we do? We put the product on them. Now, if you can't put the product on them, send them something to watch. Okay? Talk less, show more. Talk less, show more. Last, facts tell, stories sell. Now, what are stories? Stories of the Dead Sea, of course. Stories of testimonies of people using the product. Stories of people that are having success with the business. And then this is it. Okay. So I want to take you back to the very beginning. So 100 parties, obviously, I would make that a focal point. As many as you can. Why not? If you do more, do more. But minimum, I'd say two minimum. Okay. So I get started in the profession of direct sales in May 2002. I sign up. Okay. Woman took my dance class. I listened to this cassette tape. She came over to my house, showed me a video, and I was like, I'm in. Sign up, paid a couple $100. I have no idea really what I'm in, what I'm doing. I figured it was going to be a piece of cake. Made so much sense. I don't understand why people wouldn't do it. Okay? What do you mean? You can build a network and build passive residual income? Yeah, why? Everyone's going to do this, for sure. Obviously a little naive, being 19. So I call up a couple of my friends. I try to explain to them why it's a great concept, why it's a great idea. Both of them tell me no. Actually, they didn't even really tell me no. They said, oh, let me think about it, or good luck. One of them said, oh, it sounds interesting, good luck. I didn't ask him to join. I figured if I kept talking, somehow he would say he wanted to do it. So they both said no in my mind. I took it very harsh on myself and basically said, this is baloney. I threw my kid under the bed, actually my sofa, because that's what I slept on. A little one-bedroom apartment in West LA, teaching classes, making $800 a month. So this is my life, where I'm at. I refuse to go any training because I already don't like the business that I just spent a couple $100 on that I think is kind of a ripoff. So my support team calls me and says, hey, my sponsor says, you got to go to this event, like a regional, okay? You got to go to this regional. This is May, okay? So now I never did a party. I never did an opening. I never did anything. So this is May 2002. So I made no money. So June comes around, May, June. June, things started to pick up. I made no money. But then summer, kind of got through summer. July was awesome. I made no money. Okay? So then August, though. August is really where we had a breakthrough. I made no money. But for 4 months, she's calling me saying, you got to come to this event, got to come to this event. I always had an excuse. No, I can't go because I had a rehearsal on Saturday. Now, 1 month I didn't have rehearsal, and I was about to give her another excuse why I couldn't go, and she was like, and I bought you a ticket. Now, the tickets weren't $20, they were $60. I was like, fine. Like, I'll go if you stop bothering. So I go to this event. It's at the Long Beach Convention Center. There's like 1,500 people. And I walk in, and I'm in the back, arms crossed. And I'm watching this guy do this training, and he's talking about what not to do. And I was like, that's what I did. That didn't work. That didn't work at all. And there's a new guy with me. I was like, don't do that stuff. I did that stuff. That does not work. And it kind of clicked. I was like, if he's right on what not to do, maybe he's right on what
to do.
So then I started listening. And that was the first time I became what I would call coachable. Kind of surrendered. I'm like, okay, I submit. Teach me, Obi-Wan. Right? And so my sponsor was new, so I was like, all right, how are we going to do this? She was like, I don't know. It was like the blind leading the blind. So I finally went up to some support team, and I got a chance to meet somebody that was making some money, making at least a couple $1,000 a month. That was willing to help me. I was like, have you done a party? No. Okay, we need to do that. All right. So I invited everybody I knew over. I had my launch, and then in September, I made like $1,000. Okay? I had 28 people in my apartment, standing, because you can only fit like 6 sitting. Because how'd you get 28 people? I invited 120. I knocked on all my neighbors' doors. Some of you haven't talked to your neighbor yet. One of my buddies in LA that I personally signed up sent me a picture of his neighbor's door with a secret auto ship box outside, and he was so mad. He was like, somebody got my neighbor. It wasn't him. And I looked at the address and it was someone else in my network. I was like, my team found your neighbor. He was so angry. I was like, told you. All right, okay. So now here's what happens. Is I finally was like, okay, I'm just gonna follow, I'm gonna do it, okay? But what was interesting was I did my launch, but what I got so passionate about is I was able to turn my failure to start into my greatest success. The reason why I say is everything you experience in the business will be positive if you don't quit. What I mean is your positives are positives. Your negatives are training experiences. I've made more money from my failures than my success. Here's what I mean. When I got started, obviously, how many of you guys agree if I said, hey, Christian, so you're going to get started and you're going to make no money, and hopefully in your 5th month you'll make some money. How many of you guys agree that's probably not like, take a look at me, buddy, follow that plan. But I was able to go, listen, Christian, when I got started in May, I wasn't paying attention. What I don't want you to do is, would you rather make $1,000 in your 1st month or $1,000 in your 5th month? In your 1st month, right? Let me show you what I did in my 5th month so you can make $1,000 in your 1st month and not be an idiot like me. Let me show you my failures. Let me show you where I screwed up. Now let me show you what I messed up on. Not, oh, look, it's me, follow me. Let me show you what I messed up so you can learn from my experience. That's what real leadership is. Leadership is, let me show you the way because I've been down this path before. I know to stay to the left, to the right. People say, well, it took you a long time to get there. Yeah, because I fell down a lot. But I can show you how to not fall down as much. Why? Because I've been down this road before. Don't be an idiot like me and schedule your party in your 5th month. We want to do it in what?
1st month.
Your 1st month. In fact, we want to do it when?
Today.
Now. Today. You got some people come over? How about tomorrow? When you got a couple hours free at your house, we can invite a few people over. Okay? Do you guys see this? So my greatest failure to start became my greatest success because I was a maniac at launching people. Because I basically sat down and was like, don't be an idiot like me. Don't be an idiot like me. Do it like this. Let me show you. And then once I was able to do that, I was able to teach, train, coach, boom. And that got me momentum. Now, last story for you guys is what led me to my greatest breakthrough that made me believe that I knew I was going to be successful in this profession. Okay? I signed up my friend, I'm in LA, I signed up my friend in San Luis Obispo, SLO, some of you guys know, Central Coast, okay? So it's about 3 hours north drive from LA, where I went to high school. And she was like, I can't do anything till January. So she signs up in September, this month that I actually started doing the business. One of my first signups, her name was Berlana, the Filipino girl. All my best friends are always Filipino, I don't know why. I was Filipino in past life, I guess, I don't know. What happens is, I call her up, she's like, I can't do anything until January. I was like, okay. It was kind of like, well, just get started, get your spot type of thing. Okay, fine. So January, she's like, what do I do? I was like, well, you need to have a party. She's like, okay. I was like, invite some people over. Okay. So I drive 3 hours. 3 hours, one way to go do her party. You guys get that?
Yeah.
Some of you guys are like, it's 30 minutes. I don't know if it's worth it. Okay? 3 hours, one way to go do her party. And I'm pumped out of my mind to go do it, right? Now, here's the thing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I bring my support team with me because I'm still new. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. I just turned 20. So my support team comes with me. The guy was making about $1,000 a month. Okay? So it wasn't like he was making a ton of money. We do this party. One of these girls comes up to me afterwards. She was 18. So it was a friend of mine, also a dancer. Her name was Michelle. Michelle comes up to me afterwards and she was like, hey, I want to do this, but I don't have any money. I was like, okay, well, did you miss the presentation? She's like, I know, but I want to do it. Well, listen, just invite some people next week. We're going to do another one because a couple people signed up. We're doing another party. Invite some people over. If they sign up, we'll figure it out. It's the only thing I can tell them. So the next week, I drive back up. The next week later. But here's the key. On the way back home, Harvey, we were driving back. He was like, I'm so excited next week. Do you want to go up together again? He was like, I can't come next week. And I was like, what do you mean? Who's going to do the party? You scheduled the party for next week with these people. He's like, you are. And I remember it was like one of these clear defining moments in my career where I was like, and it was one of those times where you wished you had to listen to personal development. Because the only thing ringing in my brain was listening to things like, successful people do what unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. Successful people live outside their comfort zone. There's no more money in your comfort zone. And I'm thinking to myself, why did I have to hear that? Because I wanted to say I can't. I wanted to. I don't know how to do it. I'm scared. And I just remember that like, okay. Now, when I watched the presentation that week, I promise you I took a different note. Because next week I was doing the presentation. Now I'm about 4 months in. I made a couple $100. I made $1,000, and it was like a couple hundred, because I had a big launch. Okay. So now I'm driving back up. I'm freaking out. I'm 20 years old. I look like I'm 12. Okay. And these people in the room. This girl Michelle was 18. She was old for her class. Most of her friends were 17, and she didn't tell them that they were inviting them to check out a business and a product and a service. She told them it was a house party, and they showed up hammered. And 17. I didn't even know you could get that drunk before you got to a house. You know, right? Just hammered. So I'm like, well, it'll be good practice because you're not going to remember anything. So I'm freaking out. I'm trying to do this. It's not, they're cursing, throwing stuff. It was, anyway, I don't even want to tell you what happened. So let's just say it wasn't good. But afterwards, this 17-year-old comes up to me. She's like, I think I know somebody that'd be interested. You know, she's like, could I sign up? And I was like, no. I was just angry. So I drove 3 hours one way to go to this party with a bunch of drunk 17-year-olds. Right? Okay. So then I go, well, next week we're going to come do another one. It's going to be better, for sure, because I got to teach these people how to invite the right way. So the next week, I drive back up again. This is 3 weeks in a row. 3 hours one way, 6 hours round trip. 19 years old. I'm spending every bit of money I have on gas to go do this. Just faith. And I drive back up, and the next week, okay, this 17-year-old brings her mom and dad. And they walk in the room, and they look at me, because I'm like, this better not be Amway. And I'm like, what's Amway? Because I have no idea what she's talking about, because I'm 20 and I don't know anything. Right? Okay? She's like, okay, fine. And she sits down. We start doing the presentation. Okay? We start doing the presentation, and she starts kind of like cross-armed. Like, obviously, her daughter drug her there. You know, so, and there's this 20-year-old kid who's a child, you know, that doesn't know anything about business, that started a couple months ago, that's making money, telling them about this company, this opportunity, and this service. She starts leaning forward, starts asking questions, and I have no idea how to answer any of the questions. So I'm like, sure, And so what do? I connect her with someone on my support team that knew how to answer questions. Now this woman, she was the #1 recruiting agent for Aflac Insurance in Central California. She had left her position, so she had influence. She was a financial planner, so people listened to her. So she had contacts, influence, and she knew how to sell. And she ended up getting started. Okay? So this girl, and Jermaine knows who I'm talking about, okay, Sandra Dudley, came in and started signing up everybody. And I was like, so how are you doing it? She's like, you're above me, teach me something, you know. But here's what happened. It broke everything for me. And it took me, I signed up in May, started working in September, really. And it took me, this was end of January, so another 4 months to find her. And I'm working diligently since September. I'm not missing. I'm showing up to everything. I'm doing presentations. I'm doing parties. I'm doing all that stuff. I found her, but what happened is it broke the mold for me because I was like, that's it. Don't focus on finding good people. Focus on doing the activities and you find good people. Because what happened was, like, how do you plan that? Like, really think about that. How do you plan that? You think I woke up one morning and I'm like, all right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to sign up, and in 4 months I'm not going to do squat. And then in September I'm going to go to this event because Nicole bought me a ticket, thank God, because if she hadn't bought me a ticket, there's no way I was going. And the guy's going to be on stage, he's going to be talking about stuff I did that I messed up on, and then I got to make sure that he plans that right while I'm there, you know? And then after that I'm going to do my party, I'm going to invite everybody over. My friend from high school is going to get started, but she's not going to do anything. And then 4 months later, after January, she's going to get started, so I got to time it right with the calendar. And then all of a sudden in January of 2002, I'm going to drive up to San Luis Obispo, and we're going to do this party, and there's going to be this girl who's 18 who has no money, so she can't sign up, but I'm going to remember to invite her to the next one, invite her friends. I got to make sure they're all hammered and 17. So that way I get this right, because otherwise I could totally screw this up. And I got to make sure that Harvey can't come back, so it's me doing the presentation. So the 17-year-old girl that has a family member that she thinks wants to do it, to invite her to the next party, so that way her mom shows up. And let's make sure her mom is really successful for the last 20 years of her life. And that way, and she's open to a new career at this particular point in her life. So I can be in that living room at that time to show her this opportunity, and she's going to get it, and she's going to join my team, and she's going to explode. That's how I'm going to do it. right? Like, you guys understand, like, you can't plan that, right? But that's what we try to do. How many of you guys have tried to figure it out, right? Okay, I'm gonna get this person, I'm gonna get this person, It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. I wish I could tell you it's gonna work that way. It's not. But what happened for me is this. I was like, that's it. I just find Sandra's. She had more credibility, more influence, more networking experience, new people. And I was like, that's it. I find Sandra's. That's what I do. So I'm going to go do activity until I find my next Sandra. And they're out there. They're out there. I will find them. So, and there was this inevitable factor, inevitably, if I show enough people, I'm going to find the next Sandra. And I know if I find a couple of Sandras, I get financial freedom. You guys get that? And so now, was it challenging? Yes. Were there no-shows and quitters and all this kind of stuff, and people told me I was crazy, and none of my family joined me. If you have family that joined you, God bless you. None of my family joined me. I had to make 6 figures before my mom joined. I had to make $1 million before my dad would sign up. $1 million. $1 million, for God's sake. Okay? Right? That's crazy. And even then, no cousins, no aunts, no uncles, not one. They still think I'm going to scam. You know, right? So I'm serious. Like, I don't even bring it up anymore because it's like, I love you. I don't know what else to do other than to love you. Like, and then they complain to you about getting fired and losing their homes and mortgage industry and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I told you so. Like, you're still going to those meetings. I'm like, still going to your job. But the thing is this. So, I got 100 stories like that. Boom. Couldn't plan it, couldn't figure it out, but I focused on the activities. So the reason why I'm sharing with you this, you're in an emerging market. Focus on the activities, not the results. Okay? Focus on the right activities. Focus on the activities, the results will come. Focus on shooting. Focus on attempts, and you will make baskets. Okay? Don't focus on baskets. Focus on shooting. You will get better. You'll be bad before you're good. Have more fun. Relax. Okay? Show people the products. Let them experience it. Try it for themselves. And then introduce them to this. Tell the truth. Be honest. Okay? All right? Share with them why you believe it's great. Share stories. Connect them with the community. Okay? You do all those things, I promise you, you're going to do fine. Now, this training isn't going to be enough to get you to the top. This is a training. Don't let this be the end. Let it be the beginning. So continue to stay connected, stay plugged in, get to movement. And I can't wait to be on stage when you're crossing, giving you your cash. They were going to do $100 bills. I want to do $1 bills, just a stack of them, make it rain on you. You know, right? Right? Giving you your executive watch, celebrating your success because you chose to go out there and do the activities that led to the results. And I promise you, it's going to be an amazing ride. Now, there's 2 groups of people in here. There's going to be those that went and did it. Now, you may start doing it now. It may take you 5 months to finally click and you're like, and decide to actually go do this stuff. And that's okay. Hopefully, you do it sooner than that. And then there's those of you that are not going to do it. And this might be the last time I'll ever see it, which is sad for me. I hope there's something that's said that helps you in your life on your journey, period, whether it's this or not. But when you look back, when San Francisco and the Bay and Northern California becomes one of the largest producing markets for our company, and you guys live in a melting pot, so by building a network in the Bay, you automatically will build an international network because there's people here from all over the world and know people from all over the world, and you see it happen, and you see what happens. There are those of you in the future that are going to be like, I was there with that crazy dude from LA in the Hilton Garden Inn on the 14th floor with like 30 people before it was anything. Look what they did. I can't believe I missed it. I hope that's not true. So, the people you know are gonna hear about this. Be the one to show them. And if it's not for them, love on them anyway. And find your aces, go build your business, and I'll see you guys all in movement, okay? So take care of that.